era. The last one was Russell Maryland. The one before that is Vinny Testaverde. And yes, as we are watching Cam Ward have his moment, I have to pass along that the Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the clock.
Incredible.
So the Browns took 2.5 minutes to field a call from Duval County, and the Jacksonville Jaguars have moved up from 5 to 2. 7 minutes until we hear that pick at the very least. In the meantime, let's give Cam Ward his due, Daniel Jeremiah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him at the next level. He's going to be able to expand the playbook, not only the play as it's designed, but his ability to extend and create as well. And it's ironic, CD, that as he mentioned the other day, he gets to go play with his favorite players, and Calvin Ridley and company, who he shouted out the other night.
And the other part about it is we probably haven't talked as much about how much he loves the game and absorbs and can create. Got a story about when he first got to Miami. First day of practice, able to go ahead and decipher defenses, change things quickly, and they think we got a live one in this young man very quickly there.
Okay, so while we're watching Cam Ward again have his moment, with all due respect, we will talk more about Cam Ward in a second, but a major trade has happened. It took all of about 7 minutes for the first trade of this draft to finally hit, and it is Jacksonville moving up to 2. Ian Rappaport, take it away.
Rich, a blockbuster trade. The Jacksonville Jaguars wanted to be bold, and they are in fact bold. They have agreed to terms with the Browns to trade from number 5 to number 2, with the Browns receiving a second rounder, number 36 overall, 126 overall this year, and next year's first round pick. Could that potentially be used to get the Browns a quarterback of the future? Maybe. Now the Jacksonville Jaguars are in position to take a premium elite player in this draft.
2 and a 4 this year, and a 1 next year, and the Browns are amassing those picks that you mentioned about. The Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the clock. This is for Travis Hunter, correct?
It sure feels that way. And I made sure to get this quote right from James Gladstone, their new general manager, who at his press conference said, "I think it's pretty simple from my perspective. We will prioritize people and players that are intangibly rich, and by doing so, they will elevate our ecosystem, our team, by being nothing more than themselves." It's as simple as that. Charles, everything I know about Travis Hunter and talking to people that are around him, he only likes 3 things in life. He likes catching touchdowns, he likes taking the football away on defense, and fishing. That's it.
Well, that's part of the ecosystem, right? Didn't he just talk about an ecosystem there? Look, he wants great players. That's what you want in all of this. And he's going to get one in Travis Hunter. I think they'll play him on offense first, but he's definitely going to play some defense there as well.
In the meantime, we say hello to Jamie Erdahl right now here on the stage with the first overall pick in the draft.
Cam, you got a lot of number 1s in your life. You started with 1 offer from Incarnate Word. You are now the number 1 overall pick. How does this moment feel to you?
It's special. God did everything for me. Him, myself, and my family. And I'm just blessed to be here. I'm ready to get to work with the Titans, with my teammates, and I'm just ready to get the process going.
We've seen you playing football, playing catch in the back all night long. You're staying loose. How ready are you to get to Tennessee and show them what you got?
I'm ready. That's all I've been dreaming for. It was an opportunity to play in the National Football League, and they blessed me with it. So I'll make sure they get everything I got.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Greatly appreciate that. So the last time a team traded up into the top 2 of a draft for a player not a quarterback was when the Rams traded up for Orlando Pace, first overall in the 1997 NFL draft. So a rare trade for a rare player and talent. They are hugging it out right now in Jacksonville. The pick is in. The Giants are now on the clock. They know who it is. We're about to hear who it is here.
Wow,
and Joel, we had to throw to the stage to give Cam Ward his due. You got 2 cents to chime in?
On Cam?
Yeah, no, on Cam or whatever.
Well,
I'll give you the floor on whatever.
First of all, let me just finish up Cam, because this guy started 57 games. He attempted 2,300 passes. If you look at guys that won the Super Bowl since 2000, their college career is 35 starts, about 1,200 attempts. So he's got the requisite experience to come in and play well. I think he'll continue to grow. I really love that pick for Tennessee. And then moving forward, guys, to this pick, Jacksonville moving up. We touched on this before the draft here in the pre-show. You're killing two birds with one stone here. Travis Hunter is the best wide receiver in the draft. He's also the best corner in the draft. And I believe that he should and will play on both sides, and he'll contribute. And he's going to be a great player in this league.
Gives you the big plays on offense. And maybe he's the guy guarding Nico Collins, Houston's big red target on defense. This is going to be a very interesting deal. But bottom line, DJ, you talked about this last night on your mock draft show. Trevor Lawrence, this is it, my man. And we're giving you every opportunity, and we're giving you every weapon we possibly can. That's exactly how this feels right now. Yeah. This has got to be it for Trevor Lawrence.
And Hunter is such an amazing talent and such an amazing athlete, and he's going to see one-on-one coverage because that dude on the other side, Brian Thomas Jr., one of the best young players regardless of position in the NFL. So it's all there. They got him a great play caller with an offense that fits Trevor Lawrence, and now he's got two big-time weapons if this is where they go.
Just jumping in here, we've got about 15 seconds till we hear the official. Who do you think Cleveland might choose 5th overall? Who do you think they move down if they're comfortable?
I'm curious if they go down again.
Yeah, move again maybe.
Just commit to trying to get assets for next year. We'll see. This looks like they're taking in this quarterback class and saying we're going to next year.
And if they don't drop down, Kurt Warner may have been on it about the runner.
Well, Arik Armstead is the reigning Walter Payton Man of the Year from Jacksonville, and he's flanking the commissioner.
Selection. Let's hear it.
While we are here tonight to celebrate the 32 young men entering the NFL, I'm honored to take a moment to recognize a player who's made a profound impact on and off the field. The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, recognizes one player each year who best represents greatness and compassion both on and off the field and in the community. Tonight, we are proudly joined by the 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Arik Armstead.
Eric,
First off, Duval.
He's getting booed at that.
I want to say thank you to the commissioner. Thank you to the Payton family and the NFL and Nationwide. And also, too, tonight I want to encourage each player embarking on the NFL journey to identify a passion close to their heart and act upon it. Use your platform to make your community, the league, and this world a better place.
Get on with it.
As we remember Walter Payton, strive to leave a positive legacy of your own. Thank you.
I did not expect
We have
this.
a trade.
Actually.
The Cleveland Browns have traded the second pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And with the second pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, defensive back from Colorado.
They said he
So
wasn't
the Jacksonville Jaguars go gold, sort of like the color of the jacket. Travis Hunter is dancing his way out of the green room taking that hot pink to the land of teal in Duval County, and the Jacksonville Jaguars move up 3 spots, trade next year's first-round pick and other considerations for the unicorn in this year's draft. The last time a wide receiver was taken second overall was when this happened to Calvin Johnson in 2007. The last time a cornerback was chosen in the top 2 overall picks in the NFL draft.
I was thinking it was
It hasn't happened in the common draft era, and it's the first time for both in one and the same individual, the guy who just put on a Jaguars hat.
DJ, of course he's running up there. He never gets tired.
No, he's not sweating, I can tell you that much.
115 plays per game. Just think about that. And right now, I'm just wondering, Champ Bailey, all those other guys who could, Charles Woodson, did they feel like they were born too soon, Joel? for them to be utilized like this young man will be utilized in the NFL.
He is a special player, certainly, just between the lines, his instincts on both sides of the ball, but the conditioning is just off the charts. There's no way to explain it, DJ.
All right, let's get into some of the video, guys, and can show you what he does on both sides of the ball there at Colorado. Let's start, first of all, on offense. Off-the-charts elite ball skills. This catch against North Dakota State was ridiculous, and you see it over and over again, him go up and get it. Now, how's Trevor Lawrence going to enjoy this? A quick little hit here, and let him break a tackle, and off he goes, run after catch. On defense, you'll see him in man coverage. I like him best when he's off. I think he's most comfortable there, but flashing some man cover skills there. This is his bread and butter. He's going to set traps and off coverage. He's going to read the quarterback and just use his instincts to go find and play the football. You look at some of these wide receivers and cornerbacks in the same game. That's pretty good company he's joining right there.
It's only fitting that the first player that we welcome to Primetime, presented by Nationwide, was coached by Primetime. Take it away, Jamie Erdahl.
Travis, what is making you jump around this stage with glee? You just got drafted as the first two-way player in a long time. What is happening in your heart right now?
I'm just super excited. You know, I get to go back home, but also, you know, somewhere I wanted to play, and I'm so excited that they picked me.
The Jacksonville Jaguars just traded up to get your services to their team. What conversations have you had with them with how you are going to be used in the NFL?
The crazy part is I had no conversation with them outside of the combine, so I didn't know what to expect, and I'm excited that they came and picked me. I wanted to cry, but I can't cry right now because I'm too excited.
We can feel that. Congratulations, Travis.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Born in West Palm Beach, now going to be employed in Duval County. And boy, they were playing possum since the combine, huh? You said they didn't talk since the combine. And the Jaguars just make us bold. And look at Tony Khan hugging his dad there. They are fired up at the draft party as well. You can only imagine how they're feeling in Cleveland right now. But hey, Browns fans, let's see what the Browns do next. In the meantime, I give you the floor, Mr. Colorado Buffalo.
Well, I'm immensely proud right now of what Travis has been able to accomplish at the University of Colorado, but he should be proud in what he embarked on coming out of high school. Remember, this is the #1 player in the country that decided to go to a HBCU to play for Deion Sanders. Why? So that he could bet on himself and play both sides of the football. That's why he went there, and Deion gave him that chance. His instincts are off the charts. Just think about it. At all times when he's on the field, he's the best defender and best receiver once the ball's in the air. That's just something to lean on. And when I think about toughness and competitive instincts, this guy comes to mind. I just don't see how he doesn't succeed at the next level. He's a unicorn. He's one of one. The only comparison that I can give to him, it's not Prime, it's not Champ Bailey, it's Shohei Ohtani, because he's going to impact the game to that level on both sides.
Look, my background's in scouting, and I'd love to throw a bunch of fancy terms out about him. Sometimes you got to make it simple. If you want to go out to recess, he's the first pick. That's what it is. He's just better at football, and he can do everything.
And one of the most dynamic receivers in the league last year was rookie Brian Thomas Jr., and now here comes another rookie who could also play corner for the Jaguars. The Giants pick is in. The Patriots are on the clock. 2 minutes in on that. Kurt Warner, let's give you the floor.
Well, I love what you guys are talking about when you talk about instincts, because the best players I played with on the offensive side were the guys with instincts that understood and had a feel for the game. The hardest guys I played against on the defensive side were the guy with instincts, not the guys with the physicality, but understood the movement of guys around them and could play the football. Travis Hunter can do all of that.
The Giants are celebrating their selection in this draft. There's Steve Tisch, John Mara, the coach, Brian Daboll, Joe Shane, GM, and a very interesting jacket. I like it right there. It's very, is that in honor of Wink Martindale? I don't know what that is. Here's the commissioner.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Abdul Carter, defensive end, Penn State.
So the first spot that could have gone to Shedeur Sanders that we expected does go as expected to a dynamic Penn State Nittany Lion, Abdul Carter. He is now going to Broadway with Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau and the rest of that terrific defensive line.
Usually when the GM gives somebody in the draft room a quick rip move, that means that they've just taken a pass rusher that he's very excited about. Abdul Carter, to me, there's two big-time elite players, whatever order you have them, between Hunter and Carter. Those are the guys. Big-time burst off the line of scrimmage. He just reminds me a little bit of Von Miller, the way he can bend and the speed that he has off the line. These are early wins where you see tackles like this one at USC not even get a hand on him, and then he's able to turn that short corner. That quick first step, again, these are early, quick wins for Abdul Carter. He used to be an off-the-ball linebacker. You want him to play off the ball, no problem. He can range laterally sideline to sideline. You see an athletic quarterback like, I don't know, maybe Jalen Hurts inside the division. We can have him mirror and spy and do that as well. Again, this is an elite player, and he's an elite player in any draft.
And let's face it, they have to get better in their own division. Who they're chasing down. They're chasing down Philadelphia, chasing down Washington with the dynamic young quarterback. Second part of all of this is don't be a Kayvon Thibodeau status. Is the fifth-year option in play? What's going to happen there? Right now, there's 3 great pass rushers. He may be the replacement if Thibodeau's not there anymore. So this is a big-time move for them. And by the way, Rich, you're from New York.
Yes, sir.
Is it not baked in? I know you're a Jets guy. Is it not baked in the DNA of Giants fans to chant defense? That's a big deal for them. To get back to playing defense the way the Giants have done it in the past, Abdul Carter helps get them there.
Giants fans enjoying that pick. It's the 7th Penn State player selected in the top 3. The Giants have taken the last 2. Saquon Barkley in 2018, and then Abdul Carter joining a fellow Stick City guy in the NFC East.
Well, he had 11 from day one at Penn State. James Franklin knew what he had when he came in as a true freshman. He gave him that number, which means everything on that side of the football there at State College. And I will tell you, I think he's going to be a great Giant. He's going to be disruptive. He only played 1 year, guys, on the edge, and he was that disruptive behind the line of scrimmage. He's only going to develop in terms of his pass rushing moves and the way that he can get after the quarterback. I think he's an elite player. He could have a Micah Parsons-like impact. I really do. I think he could have that in the NFL.
I also want to go back to when the season ended and we saw the official draft order. We looked at those 2 teams at 2 and 3, Cleveland and the Giants, as quarterback-needy teams. Would they go quarterbacks? So far, we've seen 1 trade and we've seen 1 pass rusher. So we'll see as we get through the rest of these quarterback teams, something to follow as we go through. Are we going to see another one? Are we going to see 2? That's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Do we think New England is disappointed that these 2 are off the board? Did they hope that a quarterback would somehow go before them so they could select either Travis or Abdul? Probably.
Well, they didn't trade out. The pick is in, and the Browns are on the clock for the 2nd time tonight. We're barely a half an hour into this draft. Again, if you're just joining us, the Jacksonville Jaguars moved up from 5 to 2 to take Travis Hunter. The Browns moved from 2 to 5, got a 1 in next year's draft. There was a swap of 4th-round picks. They also, the Cleveland Browns, wound up coughing up another selection in this draft to, Jacksonville to Cleveland for the right to have Jacksonville move up and select Travis Hunter. Jamie Erdahl is on the stage with Abdul Carter.
Abdul, you are born and raised in Philadelphia. You are wearing a New York Giants hat now. What does that tell you about your football future and the commitment the New York City market has made to you?
Yeah, I love it. I appreciate New York. They get everything out of me. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to have this opportunity.
In what ways are you going to make this Giants defense incredible?
Just being myself, just being incredible. That's what I am. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing my whole life in New York. I'm coming. Y'all going to get the best out of me.
Got a great smile, Abdul. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to him, and congratulations to the Jacksonville Jaguars. This may be one of their best draft nights in recent memory. They make the big splash, and we're going to break for the first time on a team other than Jacksonville. See, it's not you, it's us, is basically what we're saying.
Verizon Small Business Days are back. Our experts?
Welcome in.
Closer than you think.
Yes, great.
Nice surprise, huh? Ready to help. Serving up deals, advice, wherever you are. Even on the job.
Hey. Hi.
And making sure all your tech
Let's take a look.
is good to go. April 21st to 27th. Don't wait. Get started today.
If you keep making that face, it's going to stay like that.
I'm trying to get my own car insurance.
USAA. Grandpa was in the military. He shared membership with your mom so she could share with you. Easy.
USAA. Check if you're eligible today.
This is Roundup for lawns. This stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your lawn. This stuff works on dandelions, crabgrass, clover. This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed or your money back. This stuff works on big lawns, small lawns, and I guess you can call that a lawns. This stuff works without killing your lawn. This stuff works without killing your weekend. This stuff works for the rookies and the seasoned pros. This stuff works in Knoxville, Bronxville, Rockville, Marysville. This is Roundup for lawns. This stuff works.
Why do NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
I like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Meet the Sleep Number Climate Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
Chocolate fundraiser. With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase.
Check out the new whip.
Tight, tight.
Fully custom.
How many Bud Lights can you fit in that puppy?
As many Bud Lights as it takes.
That's a lot of Bud Lights. You have to give me one of those.
Lowe's knows that the projects you build in spring are the ones you can't wait to share. It's why we make sure you have our best deals with My Lowe's Rewards, and that you get help from people who've
Been there.
done that.
Try this.
This spring, we'll help you build something rewarding.
Hey, Stan.
What's up?
I made you something. Oh, thank you.
I got something for you.
You grew these? Of course.
Lowe's knows how to help you spring.
Turn the off-season on again with the NFL app, your home for all things NFL. Get the news, the highlights, and more access with a subscription to NFL Plus for the picks, the moves, the plays.
Chad, what do you think the Patriots are going to take?
All in one place, all year long. Welcome home.
Browns fans in my life are not happy. Well, we'll see what they're going to do right now. There's less than 5 minutes there on the clock. My son Cooper's not happy because we went to break on his Patriots. Hey, Coop, we're about to get the commissioner in less than 20 seconds time. And the Browns, I believe, have selected. So, or Vegas is now on the clock for the first time in this draft. 9 minutes and counting. So here's the 4th overall pick to be announced by the commissioner, as the 6th overall pick is in the process of being made in Vegas.
With the 4th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell, tackle, LSU.
So the Patriots decide to go for protection up front for their diamond in the rough quarterback rather than anything else. Your thoughts, Daniel Jeremiah?
Of all the teams in this draft, to me, the tackle need for the Patriots was probably the most glaring across all 32 teams. They had to go in this direction. They go with Will Campbell out of LSU, who reminded me a lot of Michael Roos, going the Wayback Machine, if you remember him playing for the Tennessee Titans. Very smooth. He's played a lot of football. He started as soon as he got on campus there at LSU. When guys get into him, he does have a firm base. He can recover as well. The temperament to finish is outstanding. You see that here in the run game as he's able to displace defenders and create a lot of movement there at the point of attack. Much was made about the arm length. Does he need to slide in and play guard? I think he can hold up at tackle, but in an absolute worst-case scenario, you've got yourself a Pro Bowl caliber guard down the road. But they had to address the offensive line. They had no choice.
Yeah, and you were mentioning Michael Roos. What about Rashawn Slater? People wondered about him. He has held up well at tackle for the Los Angeles Chargers. Remember, guys, they took care of a lot of their needs on defense in free agency. Getting Milton Williams, getting Harold Landry, Robert Spillane at linebacker, Carlton Davis at corner. The tackle was a huge need, as DJ said. And by the way, that offensive line last year, Joel Klatt, absolutely abysmal. And you drafted Drake May last year. You better start taking care of that young quarterback. It started tonight with Will Campbell.
And I'd be interested in what Kurt thought about the way Drake played last year, but I thought he played well enough where it's like, okay, we've got something here. Now let's go build around him. And you're getting a really consistent player up front, 38 straight starts, didn't struggle with injuries. I agree with you, Daniel. Even if you have to move him inside, that's a win.
When I did a Patriot game last year, I normally like to try and circle the offensive lineman who I think could be vulnerable that teams could go after. I just circle the whole group. I mean, that's how bad they were. The worst pressure rate in the NFL last year. They've done a lot in free agency, and now they just added the 4th overall pick.
And the bottom line is this. I mean, the Patriots got Stephon Diggs to add to that offense, and Josh McDaniels is back to coordinate it, and that alone should improve things, both of those, along with this draft choice, as Mike Vrabel's first draft choice as the new HC of the New England Patriots. It's time to welcome Will Campbell to Primetime, presented by Nationwide. Jamie?
Will, you are Mr. Louisiana, but you just got a love letter from the New England Patriots. You haven't stopped smiling since you heard your name. What's behind that smile?
Man, just all the hard work.
Congratulations.
I've worked my entire life to be up here, to be able to get my name called by a franchise like New England. It means everything to me.
We can feel that. We absolutely can feel that, Will. You are brought to New England to protect Drake May. What kind of tone are you going to set on this offensive line?
I'm going to fight and die to protect them with everything I've got.
Congratulations, Will.
In case you couldn't tell, Will Campbell's not from New England. Now he is. From Monroe, Louisiana. Now heading to Foxborough, Massachusetts. Ian Rappaport, take it away.
Rich, with the Cleveland Browns next at 5, my understanding is they got several calls from teams about potentially trading back. They have some interesting options. They have the top defensive lineman on the board. They have 2 top offensive linemen. We'll see what the Browns end up doing. And then obviously Abdul Carter went to the Giants. Don't rule out the Giants coming back into the first round to try to get a quarterback. Yes, even Shedeur Sanders definitely in the realm of possibility for the Giants.
Definitely keep an eye on all of that, as Vegas is now almost halfway through their first round draft pick. The first of Pete Carroll's return to head coaching in the NFL. The first of Tom Brady being officially part of the ownership group in Las Vegas, Nevada. So just an interesting first 5 minutes of us waiting for Vegas to make a choice. Who do you think Cleveland's choosing here? Is it Ashton Genty? What do you think?
I would think you'd be looking at another trade. I'm just curious to see if they're going to pick.
They did.
If they're going
No, they're picking.
Oh, the pick is actually in. Well, Ashton Genty's my highest rated player, but they have a glaring tackle need. And they have other options out there. Armand Membu is out there. Kelvin Banks from Texas is out there. So that, to me, is a position they have to address.
Which I'm sure is why they were thinking they could move down, is because there's guys they could move down and get at that position of need. So probably just didn't get the value they wanted.
So we hadn't had a single trade involving a first-round draft choice from the new league year to draft night. Then we had one right off the bat with the Browns moving down to make this selection.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Wow. Okay. Browns fans, welcome in a Wolverine to the mix. It's Mason Graham going to Cleveland. No Travis Hunter, 2nd overall. They have 5th overall. It's Mason Graham, a terrific defensive lineman, to round out the top 5 as the new Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, he's my 4th overall player, so I love the value they're getting here. This is a guy with a wrestling background who is unbelievable against the run. You cannot move him at the point of attack. He plays with incredible leverage, and then he also flashes this ability, as he showed against Alabama, to penetrate, make his way into the backfield. Just a dominant player against the run. Pass rush-wise, I think there's more growth to come there, but he shows you in flashes when he can get on an edge and get to the half of a man that he's a load to block. but he has an unending gas tank. He plays so hard from start to finish, the beginning of the game to the end of the game, and one of the most productive, consistent players in this draft class.
When I think about the last 15 years in college football, I think of the most disruptive and impactful defensive tackles that I've seen. And Ndamukong Suh comes to mind. Nick Fairley comes to mind at Auburn. CD, you remember those guys, obviously. And Mason Graham. I mean, he is always on his feet. He is powerful. He's got a great attitude, and he's got a tough attitude. He will walk in, and his confidence, just as a deep interior defensive lineman, will ooze to every other defender there, knowing that, hey, he's going to make the linebackers better. He's going to make the safeties better. He's going to make everybody better in that defense.
Including Myles Garrett, because that is a guy who the Browns kept. And now they add Mason Graham to that line. The Grim Reapers got some extra help.
And remember, Dalvin Tomlinson no longer there. They needed help in the interior, but go to the division they play in. Who's the most dominant team in the AFC North right now? It's the Baltimore Ravens. What do they do first, last, and always?
Run the
football with big people coming at you all the time. You've got to hold up in those circumstances, and Pittsburgh has gotten their line better. They want to get back to running the football with more consistency. This guy may show up. It looks like his shirt tails out. He may not look like the perfect specimen. When he comes out of his stance, DJ and Joel, and he shocks you with those hands, guess what? He's going to go and make a play after that.
Yeah, he's incredible in that regard. There's only a few times that I can remember being in a booth and calling a game and thinking to myself, hey, the defensive tackles won the game. And they did that against Ohio State, who won the national championship. Ohio State kept trying to run the football at Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, and Mason Graham just kept throwing their guards onto the ground and making tackles. I mean, they single-handedly won that game in Columbus.
Don't look at me when you're saying that. Look at him.
No, it's okay. In all honesty, the most important trait anybody from Cleveland wants to have in a Brown is someone who knows how to win in the state of Ohio.
Wow.
You know, and you were saying it. I'm just backing your play.
I think it's just picking up what you're putting down.
I do see it. Meanwhile, you know, we were talking about
he is 4-0 against Ohio.
Thanks for that information.
I just wanted to
Jamie Erdahl, take it away.
Mason Graham, you are a Michigan man, but did you just make nice with the state of Ohio?
I guess so. I mean, that's where my future's at. I'm going to do everything I can, put Cleveland back on top.
You hang up that phone call and you know you're about to line up next to Myles Garrett every day. How does that sound?
I mean, it's such a blessing. He's a
Either way, I
think
it's a good pick.
And yeah,
Mason Graham,
he's the real deal. So
congratulations, Mason.
Appreciate it.
So we were talking in mock draft world, right? Cam Ward, then Travis Hunter, then Abdul Carter, then Will Campbell, then Mason Graham. The only thing that's non-chalky about it is Jacksonville took Travis Hunter, Cleveland took Mason Graham, and then everyone was sharpening in Ashton Genty to Vegas, and lo and behold, Vegas took about 3 minutes to make their pick, and I'm wondering if it is in fact
Browns?
for Ashton Genty.
I thought there was a good chance Ashton Genty
They have
could
a
be
young
gone. They
back.
have the opportunity to pick him at this point in time, as well as some offensive tackles.
Raiders
The
might
Jets
take
have been
Genty,
on the
though.
clock almost the last 5 minutes for the first pick of the Aaron Glenn administration. Here comes the commissioner with the 6th overall pick, and who is going to be the new Las Vegas Raider?
With the 6th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Ashton Genty.
There it is.
Running back.
So we're going to see how he does in the NFL.
From the blue turf to silver and black, Ashton Genty is the first choice of the Pete Carroll administration, and I was talking to Ashton on my show a couple weeks ago. Interestingly enough, one of the running backs he's been talking to for advice is Marshawn Lynch. So this tracks, DJ.
Yeah, you talk about two guys who hate to be tackled. I would put him in that company. Starts out with that unique stance. He's standing upright. He is very slippery and elusive. You see him get out of some tough situations when you're watching that Boise State tape. But this is the calling card. Again, you've got an unblocked defender. They get free cracks at him, and you can't get him on the ground because of that contact balance. He is just a piece of muscle. There's not a lot of surface to hit on him. You see, again, the contact balance here, always finding a way to get forward. Right foot, right shoulder, able to power through as it's time for Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. You look at these top NGS overall scores and look at the company that he's in there.
Wow,
those are some
crazy.
incredibly productive running backs that have entered into the NFL. So one of the fun players to watch.
Jets
If
gonna
you have any
take?
questions, just watch
Probably
the
a
Oregon
tackle,
game, kick your
I would
feet up on
assume.
the desk
They
and
just
enjoy.
lost
That was pretty early in the season, too. Kind of announced his presence with authority, didn't he? Here's the
Bill
other thing
Campbell
to think about.
taking
Pete Carroll as a head coach.
Patriots,
We always talk about past
so-
successes, how you did it. Is that predictive? Well, you mentioned Marshawn Lynch already, Rich, and how they
there's two
built
other
that
good
team in
tackles. I don't remember
Seattle.
their names,
Pete's
but-
going to probably want to build this team similarly. And remember,
Yeah, they'll probably
in free
take a
agency,
tackle.
they went ahead and added to their roster anyway.
I don't really
added
know
to
who
the
else they
offensive
take.
line a little bit. They got to figure out Colton Miller at left tackle, to running the football, being tough and physical, building on defense. That's the Pete Carroll way, and he has his bell cow running back to do that as they try and chase down Kansas City.
And remember, Chip Kelly goes down in with the Vegas Raiders, and you talk about creative run game, you know, in terms of where are you entering the defense, all of these different, you know, Chip is going to get that run game going, there's no doubt. Here's what I love about Ashton Jeanty is it's, again, kind of like Cam Ward, a bit of a long road. Rich, his military family was in Italy, so then he moves to Texas, doesn't get a starting role on his high school team, so he has to play slot receiver. He's got that in his background, finally gets to Boise State and runs for 2,600 yards.
And now he's a Las Vegas Raider hanging out with Jamie Erdahl.
Ashton, you are going to the entertainment capital of the world to play football. What makes you a headliner for the Las Vegas Raiders?
I mean, you seen it, the energy, you seen the dance moves. I'm ready to go entertain each and every week on Sunday.
The commissioner of the NFL just picked you up in that hug. Is that the last man that's going to try to tackle you in the NFL?
Nah, I don't think so.
Congratulations, Ashton.
Thank you.
So there goes Ashton Jeanty. The Jets pick is in, and we're going to get that when we come back from break. Don't stop believing is blaring right now at the Browns draft party. A very interesting choice for Browns fans to be hearing.
Some of those Browns fans did stop believing about 30, 40 minutes ago.
I just want to make sure, you know, this song is also known for somebody in a members-only jacket, often somebody. So let's think a little bit more positively for the Browns. As Ashton Jeanty loved hearing his name, we'll hear who's the next New York Jet when we come back with the Panthers right behind them.
Come on.
Products range from product not yet rated to everything.
The Detroit Lions.
I don't know why they make an ad for that. Nope, this is legitimately just a grab for that.
Hello?
JD, it's Coach DQ with the Commanders. You ready for this?
Been ready, coach.
Man, I already know. You've been building for this
Your whole life.
Just sit with that a minute, man, how important this is. Because anyone don't make it this far. Anyone don't make it to the top. Thankfully, I'm not just talking to anyone. No, sir.
Welcome home.
Hey, turn me up a little bit more in the headphones.
You might know Harbor Freight for affordability. What you might not know is performance and durability go right along with it. You see, we test, and then we test again. World-class engineering and rigorous testing to ensure our tools perform at the highest level and stand the test of time without testing your wallet. Now, it's time for you to put us to the test. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
That's crazy.
You guys seen this?
Pickens? I don't think so. I think he'll be wide receiver 1 over DJ.
Our
Our free de-winterize
I don't
package
think
is now
Pickens will
available
need
for
to be
all
traded.
Camp
I think
KRV
Shadur
members.
will
It's your
fall
chance
to the
to get road
Steelers.
ready
I
for
don't think
free.
anybody's
Just 4
gonna
easy
wanna
questions
take
on
him.
CampKRV.com
I
get
don't
you your
think
free
Shadur's gonna be
de-winterize
that
at any of
great
our 4 locations.
in the
Let's
NFL.
get you on the road to adventure.
I think he'll fall all the way to
At
the
Tellefson
Steelers.
RV, we know that the best memories start
So,
with
yeah.
confidence in your camper's care. That's
They'll
why we created Camp KRV,
I heard those,
a free
but
membership
I
program
don't think they're
to
going
keep
to
your
need to trade
camper
up
in
and do
top
it.
shape and you in the know. As a Camp KRV member, you'll enjoy free quarterly camper service, first looks at new RVs and upcoming events, and exclusive savings just for our members. Signing up is fast and easy. Just 4 simple steps and you're in.
I'd
Best
like to
of
see
all,
that
it's
too.
completely free. Join Camp KRV today and let's make your next adventure the best one yet.
Why am I watching like an iPhone ad right now?
Time for a green room built by Lowe's. Checking on who's back there still here
Oh, the
in
Carolina
Green
Panthers
Bay.
gonna take- they might
As
also
we are
take a
now
tackle,
getting ready
honestly.
to find out who the first pick of the draft is for Gang Green. As Will Johnson of
Okay,
University
you know
of
what?
Michigan is back there.
The
Mason
Saints
Graham, his
might
teammate
choose
from the
Shadur
championship
Sanders. That
team
could be
144, as it's known in
happening,
Michigan. Just went to the Cleveland
So,
Browns.
yeah, if they trade up to the
last
Saints,
year,
'cause they could choose
the
Shadur.
Jets had an opportunity to take the top tight end
I
in the
just-
draft.
I don't
board.
think he's gonna
Went
be that
offensive
great.
line with Olu Fashanu anyway.
Yeah, Panthers do need everything.
Look where we are. They have a shot at going for the top tight end with pick number 7 in this draft, or they could go Membu. There could be all different ways that the Jets could go with this pick. But it's now time, instead of just speculate, to get the actual pick from the
their number one
commissioner.
was probably Ashton
Once upon a time, if I'm not
Now
mistaken,
he's
a
gone,
former
so-
intern of the New York Jets coming out
Not sure for
with this pick
Chicago's
right now.
gonna choose there.
He's been upgraded a little bit up the flow chart
San
since then.
Francisco is probably going to choose a guard.
With the
Cowboys
7th
receiver.
pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Armand Membu, Missouri.
Dang strike.
Tackle.
So once again, no tight end. Instead, it is a member of the offensive line for the New York Jets, the kid from Missouri, Armand Membu, who had a terrific combine. He's going to New York.
Yeah, he's a right tackle. He'll stay at right tackle there for the Jets. I thought this decision would be tight end tackle, as you said, Rich. I think they went Membu, who's very explosive and easy bender and can redirect.
Honestly, I think
because
this guy
they
would
like
be
the
better
tight ends
than,
that could be
Will
available
Campbell.
on day 2 versus the tackles that
To
would
me,
be
this guy looks
available.
better
But this
than Will
is an
Campbell.
excellent athlete. You see him in pass protection.
Just based on what
he's
I've
very
watched.
quick. He's also patient. He's got that
Who's the other
size
person
where even
here?
if guys get into his chest, you really
watching
can't
on my
get through
phone
him
so I can
because
see the
he's just so
comments.
strong and has such a firm base. In the run game, you see his athleticism as he goes to get to the second level. He can reach and cut guys off. That's going to be fun with the running backs they have there with the New York Jets. It's time for Next Gen Stats powered by AWS. When you're talking about athleticism, how about this? All the way at the very top of the charts here with his athleticism score over Gray Zabel. Guys, I was with the Philadelphia Eagles
But yeah,
when
I
Jason
think this guy
Peters
would
was
be
there. They're body doubles for one another,
Personally
what they
better
look
than
like.
So we heard Don't Stop Believin', and James
I can't
Gandolfini's
believe
favorite
how
team went, hold on, wait for it, Membu only. I could go on, but we're going to break. Thank you so much. I will be here all week.
Tip the waiter.
I will be here all
Tip
week.
your waiter.
Panthers pick when we come back. Saints on the clock here in Green Bay.
What makes iconic? It's a feeling. It's a flavor. It's every moment. It's every detail.
Alright.
It's the excitement.
I said I'd get back to Madden
It's the journey.
after I was done.
But most importantly,
So let's get back to Madden.
it's the destination.
Walk home.
Book your iconic stay at Caesar's Palace.
We had to walk home.
The future is here. We've been creating it for more than 100 years, putting the most advanced technology into people's hands. Generation after generation, tool after tool, again and again. Bringing you the most reliable network of authorized sales and service dealers. Always moving forward.
Okay.
We lead, others follow.
Why can't we say we're the best home shopping site? Because while true, you just can't say that legally. What if we said it in Spanish?
Homes.com es el mejor.
No. What if he said it?
Homes.com. It's the best.
Homes.com.
I think
It's the best.
Hey.
you're still able to hear the.
You know you're not actually allowed to
stream,
drink
right?
in a beer commercial?
Since when?
The draft?
You gotta wait till it's done. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rise and shine.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here.
GMFB is live from LA, and we've got all things football. We're here, baby.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
All the bold takes.
They just don't lose.
No one in the league is playing better than him.
They're trying to kill me.
A winning culture. All the big stars.
A lot of confidence, a lot of swagger.
I've never been so fired up at 5 o'clock in the morning in my life. And all the fun.
If that's your jam, this is for you.
Good Morning Football. Tomorrow at 8 on NFL Network.
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
Did you really need to buy 2 can openers for our emergency kit? I can't help it. They're 2 for 1. What's this? We need to keep our family communication plan safe in case of an emergency. Thanks, Tita.
Oh goodness. That's what stresses me out.
Well, good thing we kept all the lights we used for Diwali.
I've got the battery pack. Keep my phone powered so we don't miss any alerts.
What about game night?
Sounds good.
Oh, we have to get to Mom and Dad's and get them somewhere safe.
Leo.
I've got the evacuation route loaded on my phone. I've got an updated list of Dad's meds.
And I've got just what we need to get them to take this seriously.
If that doesn't convince them that we thought this through, I don't know what would.
Start a conversation with your family and plan together
Oh,
for
shoot!
emergencies.
Oh, I'm so bad.
Tonight's aerial cam coverage of this special Green Day night is presented by Goodyear. Look at that. A smattering of fans inside Lambeau. 125,000 fans outside of Lambeau in what is normally the parking lots in the east and northeast entrances of this football
Yeah, Packers
cathedral.
filled, or not
That is
Packers.
David Tepper, the owner
Green Bay
of
is
the Carolina
filled
Panthers,
right now.
yucking it up with the newest member of the team.
Dang,
We're about to
I've already reached gold. That's
hear
crazy.
that pick while New Orleans is halfway through the time allotted for the 9th overall pick in this draft. Is this a Jalen Walker spot, you think?
Well, this defense was terrible last year.
Yo, it's trying to sell me.
Different areas, the pass rush, just finding playmakers on the defensive side of the ball is something that's much needed in Carolina.
Right.
You also have
OBS,
Bryce
are
Young,
you
who,
doing
man,
this?
What a kick save after he
Come
got
on.
a chance to catch his
Are you
breath,
doing this?
Came back and played better. You
Jeez.
could also try and give him a little sugar and give him somebody that can make some plays for him as well. This is a team that's still in the development process here with Dan Morgan as the general manager.
Chase and tackle, I literally love this drill. It's so easy.
Yeah, he really can't go wrong on it, is what you're saying,
Just
right?
hit stick
Either way,
everything.
you gotta take care of it. Our crew last year surprisingly ended up doing 4 Carolina Panthers games, many of them near the end of the year, and Bryce Young got better and better and better. The numbers weren't eye-popping, they weren't staggering, but you saw him improve and grow throughout that process. So if they go in that direction, you're saying, hey, we're gonna give you one more, we'll give you another opportunity. Maybe they gives him someone on offense, but I really thought it would be a defensive pick. Mason Graham, he's off the board.
Fumble.
Jalen Walker was the one I had in mind.
Well, the
Panther
mystery's
selection,
about to
here we
end.
go.
Here's the commissioner with the 8th overall pick. First one for the Panthers tonight.
Let's see what they choose.
With the 8th pick in the 2025 NFL
Probably
draft,
take a wide receiver. I don't
the Carolina
know.
Panthers select Teteroa.
No
Chillin,
way!
wide receiver.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
They go offense.
I didn't expect
and
that.
They go Ted McMillan, who is technically the second wide receiver chosen
Oh,
tonight.
shoot.
And it's the kid from Arizona coming out, and he is going to join this offense in Carolina.
Well, Dave Canales got this job based off what he did in Tampa Bay with a big receiver like Mike Evans and that explosive offense they had there. So he goes out and gets one as a head coach and gets Ted McMillan, who is very long and rangy. Kind of remind me a little bit of Drake London in some instances. Watch him go up and get the ball.
Yo, what am I doing?
He plays above the rim. Think about Bryce down there in the red zone. Just throw it up with tremendous touch, which he can do. He can go get it. How about the special one-handed catch here against Colorado. The body control, balls underthrown, no problem. For a bigger receiver, he can really adjust down the field and play like a smaller guy.
And Ashton Genty taken. Alright, so let's hope the Cowboys can select.
I think he's got to play with a little more consistent urgency. There's times where you'll see him ease on the backside of routes. That's something that's coachable. You got to get that out of him.
Yeah, my team picks now that I'm playing. Saints could pick Shador, honestly. I completely forgot about that.
Huge production. I mean, huge production. He had 174 catches, 2,700 yards, and everybody in the building knew he was getting the ball. I mean, that's just the flat-out facts of it. And this is not an excuse, DJ, but I would just say there are some colleges and college offenses that will teach in their coaching room, in their individual rooms, the backside receiver, hey, take this play off. You know, and so
I'd probably take Malachi Starks.
I don't like it either when I see it on film. But I'm telling you, these guys, some of them are coached to do that in these offenses, and it's tough to scout when you're seeing that on film. But this guy in a 50-50 situation, CD, I don't know if there's anybody better.
Shorter quarterback, bigger target. Last year was Xavier Legette. They need him to come along and play better. McMillan, another big, wide-ranging target for the shorter quarterback, Bryce Young, a little more forgiving as they throw it downfield.
So Bryce Young now has a tet to go with his league at. Kurt Warner, take it away.
I'll tell you what I love about this, guys, is I believe he could be a true X receiver. And what we mean by that is that solo guy on the backside. And nothing makes football easier for a young quarterback than to look out there and go, I got one-on-one. I got my guy over there. I don't have to overthink this. I can go back and play pitch and catch. So I like this pick for the young quarterback, Bryce Young.
And
Thank you very much for those two cents, Kurt. Now let's welcome Tech to Primetime, presented by Nationwide. Jamie?
Here it is. Boink. No! The bullseye.
Tetaroa, we know who you are on the football field, but you are letting everybody know who you are with an homage to your heritage today. Why was this important to you?
Oh, man. You know, everything I do is not only to glorify him, the man above, but, you know, to put on for my Polynesian people. So, shout out to all my Polys, man. We did it.
You see this Panthers fan base right here. They got a... Come on! Come on! They got a big face of Bryce Young back there. What kind of magic are you guys going to make?
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, the Cali connection will be something different, I promise.
Congratulations, Tetaroa.
Thank you so much.
Ian Rappaport, take it away, sir.
Rich, with the Saints poised to make the number 9 overall pick, worth noting Derek Carr's future is very much in doubt to the New Orleans Saints, dealing with a shoulder injury, still has not yet made a decision to consulting with several experts whether or not he's going to have surgery. They do not know if he's going to be ready or if he's going to play at all in the 2025 season. That brings us around to the quarterbacks. They did all the homework on the quarterbacks. Be surprised if Shador Sanders was the pick here, with several other quarterbacks they like in this round.
Well, there's Shador at the crib, as Prime would call it, in Texas. Why, Ian, would you say you'd be surprised if it's Shador Sanders with this pick here?
Rich, just based on my conversations, either it's the longest con of all time or the Saints liked Tyler Shook and Jackson Dart just a little higher just based on the overall package than Shador Sanders.
Thank you very much, Ian. Your sense on this?
Well, I talked to a lot of folks around this quarterback situation. I try and see who's doing the most work. Now, it's one thing with a Travis Hunter to maybe try and play coy and lay back and just meet with him at the combine. If you're going to take a quarterback and put your job in his hands, teams do a full-scale workup on them. And it just didn't seem to me like the Saints were doing that on these guys to take one this early in the draft. So I thought they were more of a day 2, second round. At that point in time, you take your shot.
I don't know why.
But just talking to people all around this kind of ecosystem of quarterbacks is what I'm getting at. That was not the vibe they were getting.
Last time I heard someone ignore a quarterback so publicly, where the quarterback was shocked that he was taken by the team, Jay Cutler. Yeah. When Mike Shanahan ordered his people to stay away, he did all the work up on his own, and then they took him as a surprise to everyone, including Cutler.
Well, Bears are 4 and change into their allotted time for the 10th overall pick. Here's the commissioner with the Saints' choice.
Watch me, I was thinking the same thing.
With the 9th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, Texas.
So there's an offensive line. DJ, your thoughts?
Well, I thought these tackles would come off the board quick because there's not a lot of them that you can
Assign
count on to come in and
scouts, we
start
gotta
to
take a
play right away.
quarterback.
Last year, the Saints got Talisi Fuaga to handle one tackle spot. Now they get the other one taken care of. Think about Kellen Moore just winning the Super Bowl with a team that's all about the line of scrimmage with the Philadelphia Eagles.
If I can, I want to
so
try to
not a
get
surprise at all to see them go with tackle. We'll see which quarterback they're protecting down the road here and see what that looks like. But investing in the trenches, not surprised to be that's the direction they went.
And notice they said tackle, right? Not guard, because there's talk about him kicking inside the guard. DJ, take it away from here.
Yeah, very balanced in pass protection. Really, just the Georgia games were the ones where he struggled. The rest of the tape is pretty consistent. He's a fluid mover. Here he is in that Georgia game showing you some of those redirection skills that he possesses. He's big. He's got those broad shoulders in the run game. He can get that initial movement. Want to see him stay connected and stay attached a little bit more. But the athleticism getting up to the second level takes those good angles to get up to those linebackers. Here's the pop of some of that physicality that he's got inside. I want to see more of that continue to develop in his game, guys. But the tackles, the run was early. That was expected, and that was chalk.
Fuaga last year. Now he goes in, he'll probably play right tackle instead of Trevor Penning. And Joel, in that division, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are pressure off the edges. That meets a need right there.
Listen, Kelvin Banks Jr., he's a guy, Sark raves about this guy. When I would talk to Steve Sarkisian, the head coach at Texas, about Kelvin Banks, he would say if everybody on our team took care of their business like Kelvin did, we would be good to go. So he's a great locker room guy, and now the weight is on for Shador, who we just saw on our screens. You know,
that's the third quarterback spot.
Yes,
seen punt on quarterback.
This is big in that regard.
The next one appears to be 21.
For everything we're talking about with New Orleans and everything, that's a bit. The story of this pick is, where does Shador go to? Where does he fall to?
Meanwhile, the Bears pick is in, and they do have every tight end available for them to choose. We'll find out who that pick is. The Niners are on the clock right now. About 90 seconds in. Hey, there's our colleague Colleen Wolf, calling Laura Rutledge with an announcement.
Because, boy, do we have an announcement for you. Live from the heart of the NFL Draft right here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's right, Colleen. The schedule release marks a pivotal moment in the NFL calendar. It sets the stage for a thrilling season. Yeah, this is when we get to geek out over every single game and bye week, the primetime revenge and rematches, those late season divisional dates that end up deciding playoff spots. And who's playing at Lambeau in December? We're going to have to find out. You'll find out soon, okay? How about these rookies, the players who are drafted here tonight? When and where do they make their NFL debuts? We're going to find that out as well. Let's not forget the expanding lineup of international games as well as Christmas, Thanksgiving Day. There's so many captivating matchups. It's the best. Yes, because nothing says holiday cheer like watching your team destroy another. So, without further ado, everybody, get it together, mark your calendars, set your alarms. The schedule will be dropped on May 14th. There we go. Lock it in. We can't wait. You can tweet it out, tell everybody, and don't miss it. Be sure to check out all the great content from the NFL team sites, the club's social channels around the schedule release. Tune into NFL Network as well as ESPN. So much full coverage of the thrilling 2025 matchups. May 14th just around the corner. I know. It's basically here at this point. Guys, get ready and buckle up for the greatest season of your lives.
No, I can't.
That is quite the hype. I know what I'm doing on May 14th.
All right.
I'll be working. You'll be working. Oh, this. You hear the booze.
Here we go.
That's what happens when the Bears are about
Turn
to
down
make
that
their
volume
pick.
a little bit. Is that better?
Known here at the first ever draft in the home of the Packers.
I don't really want to offer receivers, dude, honestly. I don't need to.
We were talking about, you know, did they trade up for Genti? They might have attempted, didn't work out.
Regional, is it already set on quarterback?
Tight end available. What do you think, Daniel?
It's okay. Yeah, better. Okay, sweet. Is it a tight end? I really don't think it'll be, but it could be. I don't see it being a tight end. Can we beat Cowboys and then Eagles back to back?
Yesterday,
No way we beat the Eagles, right?
the NFL family lost a true
Yeah,
legend.
34-7.
Bears Hall of Famer Steve McMichael.
Huh, I don't know who
My
it is.
heart is with the McMichael family during this incredibly difficult time. Misty, please know that you are in our thoughts and prayers.
Put it up to 10 now.
Mongo's
Yeah,
remarkable contributions
yeah.
to the game and the community will never be forgotten.
The same offer again.
His legacy will continue to inspire
Okay, come on, Chase Young.
generations to come.
The rest of these guys I don't want.
50 years ago, with the 4th pick in the 1975 NFL
Wait,
draft, the Chicago Bears selected
Oh?
one of Steve McMichael's teammates, his closest friends, Walter Payton, running back, Jackson State.
Oh, wait.
Walter would go on to rush for nearly 17,000 yards and 110 touchdowns over 13 seasons.
We lose.
All
This is
with
not
the
good.
Chicago
This isn't
Bears.
gonna help with our negotiations at all.
As you heard earlier, the NFL continues to honor Sweetness
Offering the same
not
thing.
only for his
It's not
performance
working.
and excellence on the field, but also his commitment to
Punters
give back
get paid
to
less
his
than
community
they should, so we're gonna give
with the
him 3
Walter
mil.
Payton NFL Man of the Year award. So with the 10th pick in the
And
2025
yeah, Chase Young,
NFL
that's
draft,
probably all I still want to get. Unless I have a lot of money left with Rashid Shaheed.
Colston Loveland.
Whoa! They
Wow.
what?
So it's Colston Loveland, not Tyler Warren. That's
Whoa!
a bit of a surprise.
They choose Colston Loveland before Tyler Warren? Wow! They leave Tyler Warren for the Colts? No way! I did not expect that. No way. Wow.
You'll see these skills again. Just look at these easy windows that he creates for the quarterback by his ability to just pull away. And once he gets the ball, he can transition quickly up the field.
I really didn't
and has
see that.
tremendous speed. CD, this
Dang.
guy is going to be able to come right
Lost
in
the
and make an impact
Chiefs.
for a team. Ben Johnson, they did a lot of 12 personnel. In Detroit, they're going to do a lot of 12 personnel. In Chicago, 2 tight ends will be on the field.
No doubt about it. Ben Johnson calling card. Time now for player comparison presented by Homes.com. We've done your homework. And I mentioned in our pregame show, this is my favorite player in the draft. I love Colston Loveland. Everything about him. I comped him to Tyler Eifert. Before injuries, Eifert 2015, 13 touchdown catches and was unstoppable in the red zone. You notice the ability to split out, run routes, beat people one-on-one.
Broncos are 0-6. We better not make this their first win. Alright. Boom. At least we win that. So 3-4. This is already quarterback, right? National Scout. Ah! Oh. This is already set to quarterback, right? Yeah, okay. All quarterback.
Produced with substandard.
All right,
not
see
even
Blake.
like average.
56 catches this year, the most he had. He missed 4 games.
He is a great player. He's unassuming. He works hard. He's terrific in the locker room. And one of the things I love about Colston Loveland is he can create his own space. That's
No
not
way,
always
he's
the
done?
case for tight ends. He runs very clean.
No.
routes, and then you can put him anywhere on the field. You want to line him up singled up on the outside? Great. He can win one-on-one. Do you want to line him up in 12 personnel as a double tight end and have him block back on power? Great. He played for Jim Harbaugh. He can do that. You know, so he's a versatile guy that's going to help this offense do exactly what they were able to do for Ben Johnson at Detroit.
Caleb Williams has got some easy completions.
So kudos to the Packers fans again, booing the Bears, then being quite respectful when we were remembering Steve McMichael and Walter Payton.
And then 1 second later, as soon as it's over.
And guess what? The boos will continue because next it's the 49ers.
49ers pick in.
Here from Green Bay.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. You're gonna see some.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. This is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, a gift to Miller. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Even Spencer Rattler, I can do. Whoa! Keep going! Jeez!
What an outstanding opening.
Wow.
You might know Harbor Freight for affordability.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
And durability go right along with it. You see, we test
I should have turned.
world-class engineering and rigorous testing to ensure our
Ooh, that's not good. 4th and 15. I'm still kick that though.
without testing your wall. Now, it's time for you to put us to the test. Whatever you do it for us at Harbor Freight.
Oh, whoa. That was a little too close for comfort there.
I get my own car insurance. USAA. Grandpa was in the military.
That was
He
really
shared membership with your mom so she could share with you. Easy. USAA. Check if you're eligible.
I see I'm gonna stop talking. I see the dude open downfield. I didn't see him open downfield. Oh, but it's a PI, so. Yeah,
As we expected, partner, the call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that first down. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Let's go places. This is Roundup for lawns. This stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your lawn.
All right.
This stuff works on dandelions, crabgrass,
And no look there, that throw
This
falls
stuff
to the
works for up
ground.
to 3 months. This stuff works on
Couldn't connect on first. It's
This stuff
2nd
works on
down.
big lawns, small lawns, and I guess you can call that a lawn lawns. This stuff works without killing your lawn. This stuff works without killing your
Throwing
weekend.
now from
This
the
stuff
gun.
works with a
No!
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. I don't know what to be impressed by.
Quarterback define this rivalry. A Super Bowl rematch for the ages.
Welcome back.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins.
No.
He'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line.
They'll probably
After
use
the
a
run, we see some
safety, right?
trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken
I
up.
think the Niners are going to take Tyler Warren, obviously, with the great George Kittle sitting there getting ready to get.
They go play action. Here's Herbert.
Arrgh!
He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Pushes him
Why?
back.
I don't know what's wrong with Madden. I don't know why that happened.
Same thing with Golden because he's sitting in the green room and the Niners are clapping for, one would think, another player. There is the general manager, John Lynch, with Jed York.
Herbert from the gun. Into traffic, complete. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in the league where you're just not getting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days. Just to make a play in the open field. People short like that, I promise you some money will follow. The best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on.
They also lost Talanoa.
From United States service members stationed at Yokota Air Base in Japan.
Hello from United States.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
I'm here with service members from the United States Army, Marine Corps, and Navy. We are proud to announce that this year we are celebrating our 250th anniversary. We are grateful for the opportunity to
someone stepped in. It's intercepted.
the USO and introducing the San Francisco 49ers 2025 draft pick.
And the Chargers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
I know he started to play as a defender.
So here comes the commissioner now with that pick.
I don't know. Every time Roger Goodell comes out, bro.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter.
For the Niners here
The Chargers have the ball. They're going to need to score. They come in
serve in the
trailing.
United States military for your sacrifices to defend our country's freedom. With the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Michael Williams.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Yeah, Nick Bosa gets a
really
staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short, and back pocket to get even more aggressive and take that.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket. They're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Shotgun snap to Herbert.
Oh my gosh, that was so cool.
They're able to drop it. And pressure drives them backward.
You know, we do enough of these games, Kate, and I am a big fan of creativity. And the QBs today are some of the best to ever do it. That's a situation where you got to know on first down, it's not time to be creative, especially if you feel the heat coming defensively. Just find a way to throw that sucker in the field.
They might have to go for the This could be bad for them.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end. And that's your bread and butter.
I like Michael Williams for the Niners. It's not, I wouldn't say it's something they needed, but they really didn't have much else that they did need. So.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB block. You know what it's more like?
But if you talk to the people around Georgia, they will say he was a great locker room guy. You know,
reload this and see if I can.
And you could see, having lost Greenlaw and Hufanga to the Broncos in free agency, they add a piece up front, an edge rusher for Robert Saleh, who's the defensive coordinator there.
Big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. This is a chip shot from the left hand.
Jerry Jones took his time.
He's got it.
Flying down.
Got it. Kick is in. Picks in. Matthew Golden.
I think the Cowboys would have been ecstatic if you told them coming into the draft, Matthew Golden, Tyler Warren, and Jalen Walker would all be on the board for them to choose, and they might be going.
Gotta go Matthew Golden, right?
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Cowboys are celebrating the new head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Just had the phone handed to him.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the
What?
Oh, brother, it's another interception.
The Packers fans to greet him.
Oh my.
Kicks it.
Hold on, I'll have to look at that in a second.
With the 12th pick in the 2025
Matthew Golden?
NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard.
Oh no! No! No!
Can I jump in real quick?
Charles Davis.
Earlier tonight, our colleague Kurt Warner talked about the Cowboys.
Jerry, stop taking guards!
With their draft. And what did Kurt fall back on at the end? Will they do something bold, or will they do what they always do and draft an offensive line? DJ, take it away.
I feel bad for the offensive line coach. What does he do in the offensive line meeting when he says, hey, Tyler, and Tyler Guyton, Tyler Booker, and Tyler Smith? Oh, yeah, you're going to have to be more specific than that. 3 Tylers on that offensive line. But he was described to me by the guys at Alabama as the Will Smith or the Will Anderson of the offense. Just an unbelievable leader.
So bad.
He goes in, someone with the high character. You see the size. He is a big, big man. I was asking, what would you tell the teams if they asked you about Tyler Booker? They said, if he gets on the airplane after he gets picked, and they were to tell him, hey, they changed the schedule. We have a game tomorrow. We just emailed you the playbook. When the plane landed, he'd have the entire playbook memorized, and he'd be able to start the next day.
Going on first is Herbert.
How does he hold on to that? That's crazy. Man, what a terrible day to be a Cowboys fan. How many times are we just going to choose terrible guards? Like, just linemen in general. Every single first-round pick, we'll choose a lineman, and it literally never goes well. Why? Every single year. So stupid. Tyler Guyton sucked last year.
He told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession. Something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
There's time later in this draft to go get a runner for Dallas. I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be a first move forward on the drive.
Real quick, Joel, we were at the Combine. He did not have a good workout, had a very poor 10 time. And we actually put up a name on the screen, said, don't panic. This guy named Travis Frederick had kind of
running it again with Dobbins.
Quite well for him.
And this one's going to come to a stop down at the 13-yard line. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
So bad.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards. They've just got a very successful one.
They'll take this only to about the 11 before going down.
Bear hug for the commissioner. How are you feeling right now?
If they keep this to a field goal,
Great tradition, a great offensive lineman. I'm excited to follow suit with all that came before me.
You did not allow a sack on your
Again,
quarterback
they'll run with
this last
Dobbins.
season. Did Dak Prescott just become your new best friend?
Once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
they go for the field goal. Okay, this is
Big
good.
try coming up here for Cameron Dicker.
One timeout.
Percentage look for him here from the left tack.
Look at that million-watt smile coming to the Metroplex. So there's the Tylers.
Flying down the hard lane, and it's good! And now they're leading.
25, 24, 22.
So after that make a field goal,
Tyler's on that offensive line. Here's Tyler Booker.
Yeah, this is, again, the run game. He is able to create movement. He is a big, strong, powerful man. A lot of these long runs you saw
First and 10 now from the 30.
from Jalen Noah were with him clearing the way.
Okay.
And then when you think about him as
We need
a
to get
helper,
downfield.
He's always looking for work. He's always looking to finish guys. I love his temperament. And
That's
Right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free.
an all Madden. That kind of sucked.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Doesn't help that I'm using 70 overall. That's just not gonna do it. I have to use my timeout there. I'm using a 70 overall quarterback. This could be a game changer, unless I just get sacked. Like I'm not even. What a game!
Introducing the new MyBiz plan from Verizon Business.
Come on.
Exactly what you want. Pay only
11 seconds.
12 seconds to play.
Okay, we have to get out of bounds. We have to. We gotta get out of bounds. Olave or Pierce.
So no matter what you're working on, you can save.
Oh! Bench, maybe. Do this and get another amazing play.
How can we not say it? It's
No, we're not gonna get out of bounds. Game. Good game for Olave though.
Nothing is frozen. Everything is made fresh every day. If you see an open kitchen, you are supposed to food. It's as good as it gets.
what you see is what you get.
Exactly.
Being Courtyard's official fan ambassador has opened a new world for me. Now I get to hang out with NFL fans all season long. See you on game day.
Check out the new whip. Tight, tight, fully custom.
How many Bud Lights can you fit in that puppy?
As many Bud Lights as it takes.
A lot of Bud Lights. You have to give me one of those.
Alright.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest financial services companies. Like he's so much more than Saquon Barkley.
I'm also Stay Calm Barkley.
Oh man, it struck my uniform.
We're gonna send the playoffs, even though I know I'm not making them.
I'll never remember all this. Relax, Brooke. When things get intense, we get incense. What a nice cleansing surprise.
For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Every year, Rich Eisen runs the 40 to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit stjude.org/runrichrun to donate. Then tune in to the 2025 NFL Draft on NFL Network to see Rich run.
7 and 10. Honestly, better than I thought it would be.
Being a zero-star recruit, they taught me to put my head down, just keep working. Draft night is going to mean the world to me.
Keep up with every pick on NFL.com with the Draft Tracker presented by Lexus. The Dolphins pick is in. The Colts are 2.5 minutes into their time.
Tyler Booker, man, no way.
14th overall pick.
Can't
Atlanta
believe that.
is next. Jalen Walker and Tyler Warren. 2 of the top 6 picks on your board are sitting there. So is the top corner.
Cowboys winning. No, Chiefs do.
Hunter and Johnny Barron. There's Dion chatting it up with Shador Sanders.
Spencer actually is up to a 77.
Right now, waiting to get that phone
whoa.
ringing right now. As again, unless somebody trades in right now, the next
Alec Pierce up
team
to
that's
80.
on the clock with a glaring need.
Offense looks okay. Defense, we're gonna lose Chase Young. We might be able to get him back. This guy's injured. Oh,
defensive tackle,
no.
offensive tackle, safety. You've got your pick of the safeties.
What is hurt?
You've got some good
Holy.
DTs. The OTs have been wiped out. So those guys are gone. I don't think there's
Do
an
I go?
offensive tackle really worth this pick at this point.
All right, here
Oh,
comes the
PCL
commissioner
tear.
with
Yeah, that'll
the
do it.
Dolphins selection, 13th overall. Colts right behind them on the clock.
All right, what do they choose?
With the 13th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle.
Didn't
Michigan.
expect that.
Fellas, I gotta jump in because I've been hearing about this kid since he was a true freshman. Going up there and meeting with the Wolverine coaches when Jim Harbaugh and I would sit down, all the way back to Mike McDonald and then Jesse Minter, Wade Martindale,
Starting
all the
five.
coordinators
Cody
that been on
Mock.
that side of the ball. The first thing
Both
that
guards
defense
did
and it's the
amazing.
Baltimore
This
defense wants to do
center
is build
did
the run
absolutely
wall. And guess what?
terrible.
Who they talked about? They wouldn't
This
talk
guy
about
did
Mason
really
Graham, they would
bad
talk
too.
about Kenneth Grant as being
Might
the guy
need to
that
get
could be
another
the best
center.
in
Oh
the
my
future. And one of
goodness.
the reasons
That
for
is
this play that
really
you're looking
bad.
at right there, he chased down Nick Singleton.
How do
He's
you
got
have
this
7
rare
sacks from center?
motor for a guy that's 330 pounds.
Right tackle,
And he
that's
doesn't even
really bad.
understand
Left
how good
tackle,
he
that's
is
also
yet.
pretty bad.
I think his best football is ahead of him. He's a block disruptor. He's a great locker room guy. And DJ, I think he could be one of the premier defensive tackles in the National Football League in the coming years.
And certainly Christian Wilkins.
All right, re-sign players. I don't think there's anybody I want to re-sign.
I'll tell you what, this is
Maybe
gonna be fun,
Rashid.
Rich.
I
mean,
can't
when you watch
re-sign
him and you think about Anthony
Chase
Reeves,
Young.
the
I can only
defensive coordinator who
franchise
played
tag
for the
him.
Baltimore Ravens with Haloti Ngata.
Which
He's got his
I don't
Haloti
really
Ngata,
wanna
and that's
do.
one of the guys Wink would talk about him being
All right.
similar to.
14
Just a
mil.
very
Yeah, I'll
athletic big
accept
guy. It's hard
that.
to find
Love
guys that
23
weigh
mil.
this much,
Whatever.
that
That's
big,
a lot.
that can run as you see him hawk down the Penn State running back.
Okay,
As a
Rashid,
rusher,
I have 76
there's not
mil.
a lot of imagination. Just buckle up. He's going
We'll
right
do
through
it.
your chest.
We'll
And when
do
you have those
14
edge
mil. If he
rushers
doesn't
that they
accept
need
it,
to
that's
keep
okay.
healthy in Miami, he's going to take
Whatever.
away the escape hatch. He's going to be able to press the pocket and allow those guys time to win on the edges.
And Rich is right.
All right, we got 89 mil to spend in free
But who's
agency.
got the best offensive
This
line
better
in
be
the
a good
AFC
class
East,
here.
maybe in the AFC?
Pick is in. Let me guess. Tyler
So
Warren.
if you're going to want to go toe-to-toe and chest-to-chest and battle them, you got some people in there. As you mentioned, Rich Wilkins no longer.
Zach, oh my, this is terrible.
Upstate New York.
And after leaving the campus at Michigan, he should recognize the name on his paycheck.
But
since Stephen Ross's name is all over that campus. We were just
same name?
Same guy. Same guy.
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to know the Rosses at Michigan?
Maybe he does.
Do you happen to imagine him
how many
walking
teams
in
are
and saying
interested in
that to him?
He's probably
7?
heard the name before. So the
We'll
Indianapolis Colts, as you
try.
can see, have made a selection. The Falcons are
Okay, we're actually winning. We can get him back.
going in. And listen, we were putting Colston
7.5.
Loveland's name in a
Stick
lot
with
of
that
mock
for now.
drafts here.
We thought Tyler Warren was gone.
Okay.
Tyler Warren sitting there.
I want to try and get Chase Young back.
Almost like
7 teams are interested. There's also Charles Omenihu, whatever.
He's a terrific player, and
So
Anthony Richardson
that'll
or
take
Daniel Jones, they need this pass-catching tight end.
16
I
mil
believe
for an
it was
80 overall is kind of crazy, but we have the
I
money
love it
for
when
it.
a plan comes together. This is need and
Also
and-
4-star
Is that Hannibal or was
offers.
that face?
We're gonna try this.
With the 14th pick in the
What do they
2025
choose?
NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Tyler
Yeah.
Warren, tight
Yeah,
end,
as expected.
Penn State.
He wears Dallas.
Will Dallas Clark let him wear the number?
Yeah, I know, right? Here comes Tyler Warren to Indianapolis, sir.
We're not winning,
This is
so we'll
a
just see.
fun player to watch. If you watch college football, and Joel, you jump in here pretty early because the way they use this guy, I mean, he was the offense. You put him back in the Wildcat. Here he's snapping the ball and going out down the field against USC on a trick play. Watch the catch as he goes up and makes
That's
that
illegal in the Turkey Bowl, guys. You can't do that in the Turkey Bowl.
Unbelievable. How about the one-handed catch on an underthrown
Dang,
ball? And
this
then
is
absorb the
such a
contact.
bad class to have
Here he
money
is,
in.
again, watch him with the ball in his hands. He can run over you. He can jump over the top of you. The quarterbacks are going to
Zach
love him.
Martin?
And I'll tell you
Maybe
who else is going
sign
to love him,
him
the running
for like
backs.
a
With
year.
what he does in the run game, he can latch you and drive. The reason he wears that 44 is because his dad told him about a guy named John Riggins. And this is how you're going to play the game, Joel, and that is the way he does it.
100%. And here's what I loved about him is that, well, not to disparage their wide receiver core, but their wide receiver core was non-existent. And so the focal point of the pass defense was always on Warren, which means that they needed to be creative. And they were able to do that. And they snapped it to him, handed it to
I
him.
might sign Ryan Kelly for a year because our centers are really bad.
They were getting the ball to 44, and yet he was always natural and comfortable in those situations, and that's rare. That's why he reminds me a little bit of Travis Kelce, because he's just comfortable no matter what on the football field.
And Travis Kelce was a high school quarterback as well.
Look at those kids
But I
at
don't
the
know
Tyler
what else to
Warren
do,
draft party.
so-
Speaking of kids, this is him in the Little League World Series.
I'm going to need a birth certificate.
Bump
You know,
this up a
his birth
little
certificate was
bit.
laminated by his parents because everyone asked.
He was the Danny
that.
Almonte of this team. I'm going to
pretty
go
good
more,
offer
he
right there.
looks more like Andy Reid in the punt pass and back in the day.
You guys know darn well
Yeah,
when
I'm
he
winning
showed
that.
up, his parents just pulled out a laminated.
We'll try
we
this
know you're
again.
going to ask.
Look at that.
Here it is.
It's official.
Kurt Warner, take it away.
8.5.
Yeah, I know we always want to label these guys. We're talking about Travis Hunter. Is he a DB? Is he a wide receiver?
I'm in
Some of these
fourth.
guys are just what we call
We'll
football players,
just
and that's
try
what
it.
I look at when I watch Tyler Warren play. He is just a football player. He's smooth.
Okay.
Whatever
Both of
you
these
ask
guys
him to do,
eval,
he's
and
got
now
the
he has a
ability
5-star
to do
offer.
that.
We get
A big guy, but his soft hands, his ability to run after the catch. I think this is a home run
Awesome.
for the Indianapolis Colts.
So we just get absolutely nothing in this draft.
We go
That
to
is
break. A lot of
really
Big Ten
awesome.
players here in Wisconsin that we've seen tonight.
7 and 10 should
I
give us a
wonder what
pretty good draft.
Some of these guys have in common. 3 of the first 13 picks from one school. I don't know. Maybe ever connect the dots during the break.
This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your lawn.
Let's see
This
what
stuff
we
works
got
on
for these
dandelions,
college
crabgrass,
players.
This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed or your money back.
Quarterbacks.
This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff works.
I mean, top 5 Cam Ward.
The future
We'd
is
have to
here.
take him.
We've been creating it for more than 100 years, putting the most advanced technology into people's hands, generation after generation,
And tight end, do we
tool
have?
after tool,
We don't have him too scouted.
Again
This guy looks good.
and
You're a
again,
fan in?
bringing you the most
Looks
reliable
really
network
good.
of authorized
Oh
sales
my
and
goodness.
service dealers, always moving forward. We lead,
No way.
others follow.
Congratulations.
Oh my
Here are the
goodness.
keys.
Congratulations.
He looks
Here's the water
amazing.
heater that somehow passed inspection.
Supposed to go
but will definitely
40?
flood your basement.
Okay.
Wait.
Congratulations. Here's your first year supply of nitrogen fertilizer. Remember, not too little or too much or you'll kill your lawn.
Congratulations. Here's Progressive's Home Quote Explorer.
Okay, we need to look
You're
at the
good.
mock
You can
draft.
quickly compare insurance options and find the right coverage, even if it's not with us. What's the bad news?
I have pick 10.
Skip the line.
I need to get to pick 1.
Lowe's knows spring is a chance to prove you've got this whole adult thing down. With the right advice and same-day
Figure out
delivery,
how that happens.
you'll have your home feeling.
Because I need my second rounder.
Lowe's knows how to
And
help
I need
you
to trade
spring.
that up. We'll do that first. To like 38, that's perfect. They need a center. What's that one center? Oh. Huh? Okay, I have no extra linemen, so let's not do that. Outside linebacker. He's 24. You want that? Wow, that was really easy. Okay. Here's where things get a little interesting.
That first time seeing my son, I feel like my life did a 180.
We need this.
I was really trying to change my perspective of life.
Wait, let's pick one.
And really just be a
the Giants
father figure that I never had.
Okay, we somehow need to get this.
Is the most important part.
What if I trade Spencer Rattler?
Growing every day.
He's a 77.
Becoming a better version of myself. To be the better
actually.
mirror for my
Honestly.
son. I mean,
they accept this? Like a third?
He's becoming his own person.
Right,
man, first I saw him dance.
Wow.
Bro, he brings the vibes. You know what I'm saying? He brings the party no matter what. He really a definition of like why he loves somebody. And I love him.
I hate that because that guy plays. Okay, we might have to get rid of a draft pick. Third round.
All right, peeking in on the green room built by
Not
Lowe's.
even
There it is.
close.
Beautifully done here in Green Bay. Falcons have 90 ticks left to go. And I mean, there's Maxwell Hairston.
Trade somebody older for somebody younger.
That is looking nice.
Looking sharp.
I got to tell you, I mean, how many times have we done this draft, right? And as we look in on the Falcons draft room, there's Arthur Blank, Terry Fontenot, and the rest of the group there, Raheem Morris. How many times have we said Atlanta needs a pass rusher, right? I mean, it's
John Abraham.
Pretty much, right?
Vic Beasley.
Look at that right on the screen there. The numbers support it.
You got 1 year out of Vic
Beasley.
Beasley.
They signed
Look
Zach
who's
Martin.
sitting there, the number 5 guy on your draft board. Sitting there from in-state. Does this scream Jalen Walker or does this yell Jalen Walker?
You don't have to send a plane. Just send a car.
Send a car.
Outside linebacker,
To me,
24.
I think it's value, it's need. It feels very reminiscent of what we just saw with the Colts, where you have a player that's one of the top 5, 6 players in the draft that just happens to be there when you pick at a position of need.
Just make sure there's a driver.
This sucks.
I didn't think you'd do it.
Alright, we might have to get
I didn't think you'd do
rid
it.
of
Just low hanging.
It was right there, wasn't it?
a pick next year. This really sucks.
Okay.
Alright, we'd have to get rid of the second.
The Falcons have just gone offense, as we know. So last year was just the stunner,
with this, I'll be
right?
okay.
Of
Wow,
the
we don't
first
even get a
round that they
fourth.
went
Will we have to add
quarterback
more?
after signing Kirk Cousins to what they signed him to. And now Kirk is the backup. And the rest of the guys were still waiting on a breakout Kyle Pitts season. It looks like they're going to go defense here.
And remember,
Do I have to add more?
They started over on defense. Jimmy Lake was a defense coordinator last year. They made a change, brought in Jeff Ulbrich from the Jets, who had
I don't know
worked
how to
with
do
Robert
this.
Saleh. What do they like to have? Pass rushers. Here comes Brick now to coordinate this defense. The pass rushers staring at him. We just did it with Tyler Warren, meeting the needs with Indianapolis. Can we do it again with that need being met for Atlanta? It's right there.
He's not a starter.
Exactly. The two best players available fit the specific need of those teams. This is
you don't have to outguess yourself, right? It's right there.
Okay. That guy's terrible. So you guys actually have him, and I can convert somebody to center.
Conversation happening right now. Terry Fontenot hugging it out. Hugs all around. Arizona is
76-23.
close to 90 ticks into making their selection. 16th overall. Once that's made, we'll be halfway through the first round. Still haven't gotten another quarterback selected since first overall. Daniel, looks like you want to say something.
I'm just looking at this with Jalen Walker. Not only the best available, it fits, a need that they have. But I think back to Houston. Now, Houston did it in one draft. They got C.J. Stroud. They got Will Anderson. They got great players at positions of need, and they were leaders of each side of the ball. This, to me,
that's
you get Penix
way
last year.
closer.
If you come back
They
with
need a
Walker this
receiver.
year, let these young guys lead offense and defense of the Atlanta Falcons.
Remember, those guys were named captains right out of the gate.
Make any sense? Like I go back to last
That's
year.
really close. Okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
Gotta move on. Gotta move on.
I know.
Here's the latest Falcons first rounder.
With the 15th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jalen Walker, defensive end, Georgia.
Sometimes you just don't overthink it, right?
I mean, look, the rest of my mock draft, I'm going to probably hide under my bed, but this one I got right. So, I mean, I thought there was a chance he could drift a little bit. and he fell right to the Atlanta
All right.
Falcons. What
All
a
right.
dream scenario
Here's what we're
we've
gonna
seen
do.
with these last 2 picks. Tyler Warren to the Colts, Jalen Walker here to the Atlanta
Here's what we're gonna
Falcons. This is someone who reminded me a little of Dante Hightower. If you remember, he could play off the ball.
Oh,
he could play
they
on the
took
ball. He was disruptive no matter
Wow.
where Kirby Smart decided to line him up. For a guy who's only 6'1", he plays so much bigger
Dang.
than that. He can set the edge against those big 6'5", 300-pound tackles. You
Ooh,
want to rush him off the edge, he
Skaronski?
can win.
Okay.
He's got legit when he's
All right.
healthy.
Okay.
4.4
That's what we're gonna
speed
do here.
coming off the edge. He can close in a big way. You see him, you want to spy him against Arch Manning, who can really run. He sucks him up like a Hoover vacuum. So a big-time fit, big-time player.
And another front 7 player from Georgia drafted in the first round, and our longtime friend Mike Barnes used to sit on this set with us over the last several weeks, coming on my show once a week. He said he had a higher grade on Jalen Walker than Abdul Carter. So there is a lot of excitement in that room for a guy that fits a major
I don't want to give him
need
a mock.
for
He's
right
really
there in
good.
their hometown.
And we have another guy who's still on the board, Jahad Campbell out of Alabama, that's very similar to what we're talking about with Jalen Walker, where they're off-the-ball linebackers who can move to the edge and rush, a la Dante Hightower, who changed the fortunes of the Super Bowl with a rush and knocked it free from Matt Ryan and started that comeback for the New England Patriots when you have that type of a player.
What are you doing, man? They're all excited about their pick. Why are you bringing up that
Devondre
Super Bowl?
Swift,
But it doesn't matter. This is a guy that's on the reverse side of it.
I see what you're saying.
And maybe he can do it for
McNeil,
them.
85.
Do buzzkill types.
No, you're right there. I'm just saying this is a positive
How?
for them. And I'm just telling you, for the Falcons, no more worried about Vic Beasley, no more worried about John Abraham. Jalen Walker comes in, and maybe he's their new guy.
Okay. There's a member of the Ball Brotherhood. We welcome Monty Ossenfort to the scene. He's on the phone right there. There was Jonathan Ganning and the rest of the brass there in Arizona looking in. So the pick's technically not yet in, but it looks like they were delivering it right there for the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm not sure.
They did a nice job in free agency on the defensive side, in particular up front. I'm looking at that. I think they need offensive lines, but I don't love my offensive line selections right now. I think wide receiver is interesting, and you know you've got right there, Golden sitting there. You've got Ibuka, and I think teams are you know, again, there's not a consensus about who's better than the other.
Who did Ibuka play with at Ohio
We'd
State?
have to get rid of Debo, I think.
Marvin Harrison.
Pretty good, right? I think they were good as a tandem.
And a team
Oh
that
my!
wants to run the football. Is there a better blocking receiver than Ibuka coming in right now?
Right.
This is something that he does. You can put him in those.
I can't do anything.
And he will go down there and dig out safeties and really make nice plays.
And Golden can fly.
Oh my
You know, he's got that
goodness.
sub 4.3 speed.
Remember, Isaiah Bond said he was going to
I
run
swear.
a certain speed,
And then Golden.
Look at that scene here in Green Bay. Over 120,000 here. They closed off the entrances shortly after the Titans were on the clock.
Now will
We're
you
at
accept this
capacity.
guy?
Kurt Warner, Mr. Arizona, take it away.
Thank you.
I tell you what, I like what you guys
Okay,
are talking
pick
about
two.
on the offensive side of the ball.
Now we have to
You've got
figure
Marvin
out.
Harrison on the backside that can be your ex-receiver. You got Trey McBride, a great tight end there with the Cardinals, and I'd love to have one of those speed guys on the other side that can get down the field, stretch it, and also leave those one-on-ones on the backside for
So
Kyler Murray.
currently no quarterback on the roster. They need a free
This
safety.
offense is shaping up our skill guys for Kyler Murray.
30 seconds into the Bengals being on the clock. The pick is in, and once it's announced, we will be halfway through this first
What can they
round.
give to
And while
us?
we're waiting for the commissioner to bring out the pick, what do you think the story is of the? It's the trade at the top.
Alright, check this out.
That's the
Right?
story so far.
Then we give them Chris Olave.
I mean, that was
Boom.
No neck brace this time. No neck
Stop.
brace this
Why
time.
do I keep doing that?
Check out Jaguars.
Tight end. Heck no.
What's up, Tony? Congrats again to the Jaguars.
Nothing
for
on the
making
line.
massive
And
moves.
also,
I
Shedeur
like
Sanders.
Thibodeau.
You know, the no Shedeur Sanders so far, and this is kind of what we started hearing as the draft became closer and closer, is that not only is it going to fall to 21 in Pittsburgh, but there's
in
no
the yellow,
backstop
actually.
after 21. And so unless someone moves back in, maybe New York moves back in.
Could be Cleveland.
Cleveland could move back in.
Don't forget, Cleveland just got another second-round selection.
I'm curious. Would this make this go down?
4 picks tomorrow night.
And New Orleans is another team.
It's in the yellow. Now it's in the red. Okay.
I just think if Cleveland and the Giants both like the same quarterback, it'll be fascinating game of chicken to see who decides to make the move and go get him.
Well, as for the Arizona Cardinals, you mentioned
this center is
Maserati
terrible.
Marv, as your partner would call him, Joe Klatt.
So maybe I just
the Cardinals last year, and now here is the latest pick of the Cardinals. Could be another receiver.
With the 16th pick in the 2025
They don't even want him.
NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, Mississippi.
All right, so they go interior defensive line here, Daniel.
Yeah, they were active in free agency. Remember, they just brought in
What if I just did
Campbell
this?
to see what they get out of him at the end here. Calvin Tomlinson was brought in. They drafted.
What do I have to give him? Because they're obviously going to take
in the first round.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I know how to do this.
He didn't have much of a rookie year. I always think, Charles, you kind of are where you came from, and this group came from Philadelphia again. So you look at the trenches here. Big
I can't sign free
burst.
agents.
I'm hoping he can develop. The ultimate upside would be Matabike, who is one of the great defensive tackles, but he's got big-time twitch and burst when you see him get off the ball. You'll see him knock guys
I know
back.
what to do anyway.
He's got a lot of pop in his hands. We saw that at the Reese's Senior Bowl as well. Again, someone who likes to penetrate.
What they got for
play
safeties?
up the field. That is his 100% go-to is to
All
get
right,
on an edge and get up the field.
And Walter Nolan can learn beside the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Oh, that's actually really
Campbell,
close.
who's back
Okay.
in Arizona. Bengals are next on the clock.
No way.
Here in Green Bay with the Seahawks right behind them.
He costs a bunch of money. I think it costs a lot of money, but he's also like our only guard. Okay. So now we have pick 3 and a really good free safety.
For affordability.
So,
what you might not
and the
know
Giants
is
need a free
performance
safety. That's their
and
next up.
durability go right along with it. You see, we test,
From
and then we test again. World-class engineering and rigorous testing to ensure our tools perform
what I'm
at the
talking
highest
about.
level and stand the test of time without testing
Here we
your
go.
wallet.
This has
Now,
gotta be it.
It's time for you to put us to the test. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
What? What?
Confidence
you know
is
what?
everything. When your confidence is right, you know, they say look good,
I'm
feel
tired
good,
of
play
this.
good. I trust Invisalign
This
because
is my game.
I truly have my smile exactly how I've always wanted it. Invisalign.
In real life, this
trusted
would
by
be
the pros.
accepted immediately. This is my game.
Check out the new whip.
Tight, fully custom. How many Bud Lights can you fit in that puppy?
As many Bud Lights as it takes.
A lot of Bud Lights. You have to give me one of those.
2025 NFL schedule will be released soon.
We are ready for the new era here.
It is adrenaline, it's excitement, the stage electric.
One of many revenge games.
Quarterbacks, they define this rivalry. They've only gotten better.
Alrighty.
A Super Bowl rematch for the ages.
Welcome back.
Just gonna start this baby. Alright. Obviously have to take Cam Ward. Is ranked probably number 5. Number 4. Okay. Hidden development. Definitely a good move here.
It's our turn.
I'm really scared.
University of Maryland Global Campus isn't just an innovative state
That
school. It's
this
a school
tight end
for
I
real
want
life, one that
will get
values the
picked.
successes you've already achieved. That's why at UMGC,
Let's just go to
you
the
can
next
earn up
round.
to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning in life and job experience. Why we offer scholarships and affordable tuition, and why we have online classes and the support you
still
need from
here?
your first day to graduation day and beyond.
No application
is,
fee if you
okay.
apply by May 30th at
Colson Loveland is still the
UMGC.edu.
next tight end, so
Since the pandemic,
we're gonna
the number of
skim.
people reaching out to the hotline has nearly
We're
doubled.
gonna
Every day,
advance
more than
next pick
3,000
until
people reach out
Loveland
to us
is
for help. Our
selected.
advocates are available
We might have to
24/7
trade up
to provide
after
safety
that,
planning,
but
support, and
we
connection
might
to
not
local
have to.
resources such as shelter, legal assistance,
way.
and counseling. The hotline wants you to
Okay.
know what you feel
Looks
is
like
valid.
we are getting our tight
Abuse
end.
in any form
That
is
is
never okay.
amazing.
And we're here for you 24 hours a day.
Yep, here he is. Okay, this guy looks amazing.
Oh,
Looks
boy.
really, really
The
good.
Verizon Small Business Days are here
Yeah,
now
perfect.
through Sunday.
19.
There's
Yeah,
a big
great.
Steve
Okay.
Caroline sing-along
Awesome.
going here. Is it the
Ba-ba-boom.
7th inning stretch in Fenway?
Now our next pick is round 6, pick 10. So what we're gonna do here is we don't have a fullback on the team, so that's what we're gonna do here. Pause this.
I don't know. I mean, we've heard it
Pause it.
overseas.
Country Roads is internet.
That's true.
Pause it.
All right. You just
Okay,
got it there.
thanks. All right, we're gonna take a fullback.
Rich, the Bengals pick it in at 17, which brings, and we'll see what they do, but which brings us to number 18, Seattle. My understanding is the Seahawks are interested in
what?
getting out of this pick.
There's actually no fullbacks? That can't be right. You're telling me there's no fullbacks?
They are right there, so this could be the window if you have some teams, maybe the Giants, maybe a quarterback needy team, we don't know, maybe the Rams, come trades up over the Steelers to try to get Shedeur Sanders, something to watch for over the next couple minutes.
Well, this tracks also with your mock draft, DJ. Last night, your call was that the Giants would trade back into 18 with Seattle as a trade partner for Jackson Dart.
Well, we kind of need a receiver 3, so we'll look at
which
these
quarterback
guys.
they prefer, but I knew Seattle, John Schneider, he loves those day 2 picks, and with a lot of their needs, they marry up well on day 2, so he already has 2 2s and 2 3s. He could add to that stockpile if you wanted to go all the way out for a team like the Giants coming up. I just thought that could make a lot of sense for both
B's.
parties.
I think that there's a lot of starters on day 2
This guy
as well.
has some
There's starters in
A's.
this draft tomorrow and in round 2 and in round 3. So stockpiling in those rounds is not a bad idea, I don't think.
And the reason why Seattle
Strong.
has
That's
a
about it.
second round pick is because that's what the Steelers coughed up for DK Metcalf. And that's just, again, on
Pretty
our radar
fast.
screen with Seattle now on the
He's
clock.
got a better combine overall. Yeah, we'll take this guy. I'm not expecting anything great out of him. 106, normal. Yeah. All right, what do the Bengals take here?
In Green Bay, I guess they're waiting for
All right, no pressure, man. Let's go.
out of respect to Neil Diamond and the karaoke that's broken out here. Now the house band is done. We can get the house
With the
commissioner.
17th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft,
hold on, guys.
the Cincinnati Bengals select Shamar Stewart.
Shamar Stewart,
defensive
yeah.
end, Texas A&M.
Personally, I think they should have.
Yeah, not a surprise to see him go
Taken,
defense here. This defense last year, not good. Tied for 25th in points per game.
Malachi
tied for
Starks,
25th
but
in sacks.
all right.
You think about
As
Al
long
Golden
as
coming
Cam
in to
Ward's
try
like a
and fix this
79,
defense.
I'll
They
be
had
okay with
5
that.
games
He's a
last
78.
year,
That's
where they scored
fine.
over 30 points
71,
and lost.
76.
The offense is in
Yeah,
great shape. They
there
took
it
care
is.
of re-signing those guys. We'll see what happens with Trey
Now
Hendrickson.
is
But you got a little
Taysom
insurance here
Hill
or a playing
a
partner here with Shamar
mentor?
Stewart.
We also
off
have
the
to
edge.
sign a
Rashawn Gary is the comparison.
quarterback
This is a
mentor. We're
classic
gonna release
trait
this guy, so
disruption
Taysom Hill.
versus production because he has got elite
Unless this guy's a
height, weight,
mentor,
speed,
too.
and he is very disruptive. You
Not.
see him on the backside here with his ability to really close. He can
Taysom Hill's
convert that
gotta be a
speed to
mentor,
power.
right?
You see that? Just the sacks, they didn't come. 4.5 career sacks over these 3 years.
No.
But the thing I love about him,
Okay,
those
we're gonna have to
traits
sign a
first
tight
of all,
end
but then
mentor
the
and a
effort,
tight end
man. He
or a
plays
quarterback
with
mentor.
unrelenting energy and effort, and someone who is very beloved in that program. They love this kid.
Comes in as wide receiver 4. Put him at wide receiver 4.
I liked him better at the 265 range, and he did that during the draft run-up process. And let's face it, with Cincinnati, with Burrow in that offense, you don't have to be a top 10 defense to make noise. You just need to be average again. And by the way, that's when they were going to conference title games, going to Super Bowls. They weren't a dominant defense. They were good. And if they can get back to that, Shamar Stewart can help them. Joe Burrow would take them the rest of the way.
Listen, I'll defend some of these guys that don't have college production on the defensive line. And
All right.
in our game, in the college game, that ball is out. You know, all of these RPOs,
12
it's
more
a different
weeks.
style of game than the
So we'll
pocket
come back
passing
about
game in the
mid-season.
National
We'll start
Football
at
League.
7
That's why you
for
see
now.
right
That's
now
okay.
throughout the league guys that didn't have a lot of college production, not only get selected high, but then produce in the NFL.
Elway is a great example.
Elway is a great example. Double-digit sack guys that have turned it on in their
All right,
NFL career. And I think that Shamar Stewart is one of these guys. It's traits over production right now, but I think the production is in the future.
Trayvon Walker's double digits the last 2 years.
And you want to hear it start at Georgia.
And in talking about respectable neighborhoods, Shamar Stewart is the third Texas A&M defender
Sign some
to
free
be drafted in the
agents.
first round this century. The other two are named Von Miller and Myles Garrett.
Ironically, the guy picked right before
20 years.
Walter Nolan was his teammate before he transferred from Texas A&M to Ole Miss.
Well, there you go. So he's going to Cincinnati, which, as you pointed out, man, all that defensive stop here, defensive stop there, they make the playoffs. And then that was the one team. Anybody who'd already made the playoffs in the AFC
did not want to deal with.
You know,
That's what we're saying. They don't have to make a leap into the top 10. They just need to get themselves back to average. If you get back to average, that's 3-4 more wins last year.
This is their first pick on the defensive side of the ball. I can promise you, it will not be the last. They have a lot more work to do on that side. And Al Golden, who's spent time at the professional level as well as in college, developing these young guys is going to be a key part of their success.
Well, Tampa's on the clock. Seattle may have wanted a trade out, but they didn't. Their pick is in. We're going to get their pick in short order. And it looks like Jamie Erdahl is ready. Jamie, take it away.
Shamar, you are laser focused in this moment. Is this the kind of intensity you're bringing to a Bengals defense?
Oh, yeah.
I don't really want to do training camp, to be honest.
For sure. Some people done messed up.
Really?
I'm coming.
What's making you upset about the moment that you have right now?
Nothing.
All right.
I'm excited. Okay. Just know
All right. Receivers are
you
good.
are in the division now with Lamar Jackson. How's that going to feel when you can chase down a quarterback like that?
Hey, man, it's an honor, man. You know, South
O-line,
Florida,
there's
he's
nothing
one
I
of the
can
best.
really do about it.
Why would I not want to sack one of the best?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So,
I mean,
O-line is going to have to stay.
you know, again, on my show, we say somebody goes higher register when they don't really believe what they're saying. When they go, nothing, I'm
Put
really
him above. Seahawks going to choose O-line, man.
happy. Why am I unhappy?
That was at least an octave.
Yeah, we need to get it right.
Hey, and how about real quick? The commissioner last year played hurt. You remember?
Yeah, right.
Had a
It's
bad
not
back
bad.
coming in. Looks
It's
like the
not
rehab is
really
kicked in. The commission's
just
handling
injured
everything coming at him this year.
for 4
Like, he
months,
is standing
so
strong and firm,
come
and
back
he's
pretty
giving
soon.
back
Here's
as good as it's coming in.
don't have
Happy for the
some
commission. Good year,
This
good
guy's, I guess,
offseason
a really
of
good
rehab.
returner.
Well, Seattle stuck
Start here.
and picked, and here is the commissioner coming right back.
Look at him.
With the Seahawks
I'm going to
selection.
put him in the slot because I want him to get some reps. Sub linebacker.
With the 18th pick
I'm
in
fine
the
with that.
2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Gray Zabel,
Yeah,
guard, North Dakota State.
would have guessed
There's
that.
your guy. Yeah, this is my favorite player in the draft, and there's some reasons why on the screen.
Really?
5-position flex. He's played tackle. He proved at the Senior Bowl where he dominated that he could kick inside and play guard or center. Graham Barton, think about how quickly he transitioned when he got to the next level. with the
Alrighty,
Tampa
I'll
Bay
play the
Bucs and
first
how
game
well
of the
he played.
season.
Here he is at left
Actually,
tackle. You can
no,
see his
I won't.
movement and his
Choose draft
commitment
class.
to finishing. He plays, I would say, beyond the echo
Yeah,
of
we're
the
gonna
whistle
keep it,
when you
actually.
watch him. Here he is at the Senior Bowl where he was dominant against all comers. I've never seen somebody take more reps than he took at this year's Senior Bowl. And when asked about it, he said they kept asking, kept trying him. So they asked and he gave it to him. And they
Yeah,
all
we're gonna
had trouble.
sign
Those
scouts
defensive
for a
linemen trying to
DN.
get through him. He was fantastic at the combine.
Wow,
A
quarterbacks this year
36.5
looks
inch vertical, which was best among all
5
the
quarterbacks in the
offensive
top
linemen.
10. I
Sam
should have
Darnold's a
waited
happy
a
man
year.
right
Holy.
now. They just got
2
somebody
DNs in
that
the
can
top
plug
10,
and play on
so
the interior of that offensive line.
The big thing for them, can they keep those tackles
we should be
healthy?
okay.
If they keep Cross and Lucas healthy, shore up the interior, they've got a chance to make some moves.
So congratulations to Gray Zabel.
The Andy
Bucs are
tackle,
on
I'm
the
fine
clock,
with that.
And the Broncos, and then there's that 21st overall pick for the Steelers.
Why do NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
I like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Oh wait,
Meet the Sleep
what am I
Number Fun and
doing?
Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15
I was trying
degrees
to
cooler on
find
each side.
some with DN and D tackle both.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest financial services companies. Like, he's so much more than Saquon Barkley.
I'm also Stay Calm Barkley. Oh, man.
No, why do I keep doing that?
Calm in. Stress out.
I'll never remember all this.
Relax, Rook. When things get intense, we get incense. What a nice cleansing surprise.
For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
We were all looking for some place to call home. But first you need a place to look for a place to call home.
Oh, I hate this part because it takes so long to scroll all the way to the bottom.
I told you, you cannot legally say Homes.com is the best.
What if she says it as Morgan Freeman?
Homes.com. I can get this. Home.com.
No. Well, how can we not say it if that's our new name?
Is there not another DN? Okay, here we go. Oh, DN, perfect.
Homes.com is the best.com.
Being Courtyard's official fan ambassador has opened a new world for me. Now I get to hang out with NFL fans all season long.
Win our first game, should win against Bears. 4 overall better.
Wait, what?
Right? No, we lose, 31-7 casually. This game's awesome. Okay.
See you on game day.
Set this to DN. DN's not good in Central.
Seoul has a little bit of everything. And with a Sapphire Reserve card,
it looks like
you have access to all of it.
Gonna be good everywhere else.
Whether you're eating the world's finest Hamgyong shake or 5 courses of street food, you really can find anything in a city like Seoul.
Some players. We have 99 million. Leo,
like with Chase,
Checo, Pierce. Okay, this isn't bad.
Of what's yours.
This is Roundup for lawns. This stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your lawn. This stuff works on dandelions, crabgrass, clover. This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed or your money back. This is Roundup for lawns. This stuff works.
Perfect.
Remember last time? Jess's version
I
of
really
packing
want these guys to come back.
I'm gonna call her right now. We should call her. Okay. Yeah.
I just don't know if I will.
Hey,
10 mil to
Jess,
a running back is wild, but I
Only
want
one
him.
bag, right?
Of course. Hey.
I look
You gotta be kidding me.
Back.
Jeez, where did you even find this
come
thing?
on.
Custom made, of course.
Alright.
Wait, I think I forgot.
Grand plans need a Grand Highlander. Toyota. Let's go places.
But
today's aerial cam coverage is presented by Goodyear. Look at that scene, guys.
Yeah, wow.
Look at that. Sea of football humanity.
Probably gonna be. I'd say either 3 and 4 or 2 and 5. I don't expect us to be this year.
Town transformation for the home of the Green Bay Packers. Look at this scene. Beautiful.
Yeah, wow. A lot of
here tonight in the home of the Packers, and we're now the 19th overall.
And we're 5-1. So how does that happen?
Is 2 minutes into their pick.
Like legitimately, how does this happen?
Congratulating themselves and excited about who. We will find that out in a second. Then
with us being 5-1, this guy should return.
7 and change left. And
yes. We have a lot of money to spare too.
Overall, Shador Sanders
this is
still
awesome.
Chilling at his party, waiting to hear his name, waiting to get that phone call.
Okay.
And we're keeping an eye on all of that.
Usually I'll play this middle game. Sometimes if I know I'm going to make the playoffs, I won't play it, because then I can just play the playoff games. But I have seen teams that have gone 6-0. I have seen them go, like 6-0.
Hey, listen, one more time, as Shador is now about to
reject will be respect.
We assume drop to at least the 20th overall pick in this draft as Denver will not choose him, and it does look like he will be available for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21, and then it will be, as they say, on and cracking in terms of that. Just ask Lamar Jackson.
All right, this quarterback's really bad.
They're able to drop it.
In the NFL draft a few years ago. Just Aaron Rodgers, how did he enjoy being the 24th overall pick eventually, as we all know?
Well, just think about the fact that Brock Purdy's getting ready to get over $50 million a year. It is not about when you go.
Pass play now.
Whoa, that's a... Are you kidding me? Oh, and that's a pick 6 too. Wow. That's a joke. That's an actual joke.
These things happen, but obviously Obviously, they
corner got in the way. Should have been a PI, but this game doesn't know what that is.
Ideas in mind in terms of how soon they're not.
That's incredible.
Back to the air, following the pick six.
And that's another pick. That one's on me. Wow. Back-to-back picks. I am terrible. Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, Brock. Now back-to-back drives where they have.
What do they choose?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Emeka Egbuka.
Wow, receiver.
Wide receiver, Ohio State.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
See their first player selected.
That's weird. Matthew Golden and Luther Burden both have selected.
His first
But
general manager in Tampa was Mike Evans. This is the next wide receiver that he's taken in the first round. It's been a minute. Big time tracking, big time hands. He is
64 yarder. We can get that.
So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than
And that's awesome. It just doesn't work. I hate this game.
He's not selfish. You see him as a little blocker. Just look at how
9 to
physical
16.
and tough he is.
Oh my god.
I saw the Bucs live, as you I know did as well, CD. That's one of the more physical teams in the NFL. He's going
Fanning got superstar.
So see this lineage right
No
here.
way.
Wilson, Smith and Jigba, Harrison Jr.
That's amazing.
He has the first over the middle.
I guess he had to
And they
take
finally
a lot of
bring it.
snaps. Oh, does that mean I would assume Cam Ward is probably going to send me. Does that mean he just got a star?
To have the lineage down to Jeremiah Smith, who we all think
Working
is still
inside
going to be
the
at
red
Ohio State for a
zone.
couple of years and might be the best of them all. You know, coming out of
Let him marinate.
That's what they call their position room. And no one personifies the brotherhood better
16
than
to 16.
Emeka Egbuka.
Score.
He's a man of strong
Perfect.
faith and strong character that
Keep
runs
him here and we got him.
routes, great hands, and he is a team leader.
Ball on the
He's my
45,
favorite
first
guy
and
that
10.
I covered this year in college football.
They took Shador.
What
Okay.
Ohio State receiver has not succeeded? I mean, these bloodlines from this position.
They'll
Brian
throw it
Hartline's
again.
the best position coach in college football.
Wham! All right, awesome. That
This one
definitely
back
happens.
down to the 33 before being stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's in the first.
Coach, some of the best out there. But here's the thing I look at with them. Chris Godwin coming
Moore
back off
going
a
to
big
motion
injury,
over right.
right? Evans getting up there.
Trying to
in
throw
years.
here out of the
Here's
gun.
Jalen McMillan who came
He
in
finds
last year.
Slater.
That's on me. Wow. I might actually let him score. That's bad.
13 on the pickup. And the Giants will have a first down.
They want to stay
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants losing by 7.
Congratulations
They have
to
themselves
this
another
Buckeye
first
who
and
is
10.
going to Tampa. When we come back, 3.5 minutes until the Denver Broncos have to make
They
their
are throwing it
selection.
again.
That's a pick.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
So Broncos definitely don't need Shador because they got Bo Nix. He's doing incredible. So yeah, Pittsburgh, they'll have
Setting
Shador.
up to pass. Connects with
That'll be
Slater.
cool to see Shador throw to
And they make the stop as that play reaches the
receivers,
14-yard
Pickens
line.
and DK Metcalf. That guy's hat. What the heck was that?
And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
So it needs
They're
food.
really taking a
Full
long
sun, huh?
time.
Chance to move the chains
I
here
could
on
see him
3rd
going
and 4.
receiver.
It's for
Take
you.
Matthew
Grow your
Golden.
dream garden with My Lowe's Rewards. Lowe's knows
Because
how
their
to help you
defense looks
spring.
amazing.
Verizon Small Business Days are back.
Complete beyond the
Our
marker.
experts
This is down all the way to the
Bounce, that's
3.
great.
It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a first and goal.
serving up deals, advice.
Still sticking with the passing game.
Whoa.
And they will score. Touchdown.
Hey.
And making sure all your tech is good to go. April
Alright, we're at the 30.
21st to 27th.
We just gotta get
To get started
First and 10 now from the 30.
upstairs, obviously. Harold Fannin, that does not look like a tight end.
Now from the gun.
Oh, frick. That's on me.
Oh, he's not going to escape. They take him down on it.
Did I just mess this
Play
up?
late in this ball game.
Wow.
The
I'm
Saints
really bad at
calling
this
for a
game.
timeout, so they're first.
The code is 9914 for
Trying
the men's
again,
room.
following the set.
What? I got a pretty nice bathroom in there, just in case you need it.
Before they hit from the pass line,
Dude,
incomplete.
they want me to run it?
Dude, that was a play cape right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. From the most advanced technology to the broadest, most reliable network of sales and service dealers. O-line couldn't hold up.
There it is.
Completion.
No, it's not. Oh, dang it!
What makes it iconic? It's a feeling.
And the Giants take it as he reports them.
Gosh, I'm so bad at this game.
It's every detail.
Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field
And
right
touchdown.
And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie.
All right.
It's time to get this show started, Green Bay.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
That was when I started building my passion.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT.
I don't have time. This O-line is so bad.
As that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Not only is he the coach, we represent him.
They go play action here.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's taken down. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here he is to throw. Diving in, let's close. They say he got it. They're set up at the 35 now.
What? That was 4th, and I just spiked it? This game's so bad. Oh my God. Wow, I just completely sold that game. I'm terrible.
Behind them, and then the hometown Packers. That should be quite a moment here in Green Bay. Ian Rappaport, what is happening in the Pittsburgh draft room that you can tell us?
Rich, all eyes are now on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rich Shador Sanders still out there. We know he had a good visit. We know he is now available. We do not know if the Steelers are going to pick him.
All right, well, in the playoffs, we should make it.
Yesterday, they were going back and forth. Is the value worth it? Split in the room. We will see what decision they make.
Split in the room. Well, the draft room is about to get the 20th overall selection. The Steelers are 90 ticks in now into their clock time for the 21st overall pick. Again, they don't have a 2nd round selection. That went to Seattle for DK Metcalf. They're waiting on Aaron Rodgers. But in the meantime, here comes the commissioner with a special guest to announce the Broncos selection.
We go 9 and 8. All right.
April is World Wish Month, and the NFL is proud to support the life-changing wishes that Make-A-Wish grants.
86 overall Buccaneers go.
Yes.
13-4. Yeah, this game's awesome.
Wishes will be coming true right now. Sam is a 17-year-old Broncos fan who has bravely battled cancer.
It's the opening round of the
Sam, raise that fist up, baby. His wish is to announce the 1st-round draft pick for his favorite team. Please join me in cheering on Sam as his wish comes true. Take it away, Sam.
Awesome.
Let's go, Broncos.
Bronco down. They'll set up to throw.
Come
and
on.
this is going to be incomplete.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Jahdae Barron, DB, Texas.
4th down.
What? Will Johnson?
Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but
big-time ball skills for Texas.
Not
he can find, locate, and go get the football down the field. Here he is showing you his ability to trust his eyes, see it, plant, and drive on
at all.
in
Wow.
the slot.
Before Will Johnson and Aaron Porter. Wow. Not what I was thinking at all.
You have to be at that position in the NFL.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away.
He is very tough and reliable. There he is against Ibuka, who we saw just go off the board. They decided instead of offense, they were going to double down on a defense that is outstanding.
Here's a
and they
3rd
had
down
in the
and
offseason.
4.
They had Greenlaw. You've got Pat Surtain, the reigning defensive player of the year. Moss played well for him last year. He's a big-time player, in my opinion, the best corner in the draft. He's going to plug in as the nickel.
You know, that Texas
now they'll set up to throw.
Oh my God, I can't have a second of time. God, this.
Elusive and ate up that secondary. And Jahdae Barron came back. They got Andrew Makuba from Clemson, and
Still get a first down.
Worst.
At the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
A very good defense. Most of the season, they just got better with Jolly Barron.
And DJ, you're alluding to him possibly going into the nickel, right? Riley
on second down, Baker.
What are they doing?
Throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop, he got his eyes downfield. The defense was all over, and he really has no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal.
Jade Barron can handle both.
This about as short as you can get.
Gents, and
he is 2 for 2.
Sanders on the other end of the line. I mean, that is basically the question of this draft. If Shador wasn't going to go 3rd overall to the Giants or 9th overall,
it's a 3 tight end look,
the Saints,
as they have it first and 10.
Pittsburgh. I don't know if this
Here's
is
a run.
Oh, fumble, of course. Yeah, the O-line. They can
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, like, you're trying to
react that
fast. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone.
They gotta take it. Right?
The ball comes loose.
They have to.
Fortunately for the ball carrier, his own team recovers it. They can keep their offense on the field and see if they can finish this drive.
Defensive tackle that's still out.
And he'll take it on in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
That's not very bad. They need a quarterback. I mean, we can go and think about defense all we want. This organization needs a triggerman. They need a quarterback.
If they're not taking him here, does that say that they feel like they know they're getting Aaron Rodgers, or they have an absolute
ball
plan?
down to the 16-yard line,
and obviously
and
you
it's first and 10.
Rodgers and still take a quarterback. But if you're not taking one here,
On
you're telling your
action,
fans
Mayfield.
you got a plan in place.
They go right back to Godwin. He's got it again.
If you went back
And the Buccaneers are going to have a first and goal coming up. Tackles made here at the 3-yard line.
And weaknesses as a player. They took one ride on that
Out of the
roller coaster in this portion of the draft.
To the end zone, but they can't connect.
What a monster moment this is in the 2025.
Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
With the 21st pick,
He'll try to run this one in. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
What?
You know at this point,
Oh my goodness! No way! They pass up on Shador! No way!
Put the ball in the air on 3rd down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Oh my God, he's just wide open. I hate this game so much. This game is so bad.
That he wanted to play in because they would let him get on the field and attack. And that's what he did for Oregon all year long.
See how much time I get.
To block, disruptive against the run.
Over under 1 second.
Right away, they'll set up to throw.
Over by a lot too. Wow.
Incredible. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
Wow, that's going to be an amazing defense right there.
So they went there.
He'll
They
look
did
to
not
throw.
go quarterback. And it does not appear they will have the draft.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
We move on to the 22nd overall pick.
In motion is Hill.
And the hometown Packers after that.
Back to the air once more.
You can't see that!
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Also, stay calm, Barkley.
Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We get insights.
Here's 1st and 10.
What a nice cleansing surprise.
They'll look to throw again. Here's a deep shot for Pierce. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried to shot our first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
With Chase Sapphire.
They'll motion over Pierce.
Make more of what's yours.
This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your lawn. This stuff works on
There's nothing I can do.
This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed.
Like, I'm gonna lose again.
This stuff works.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Wait, what?
They'll motion over Pierce.
See you on game day.
Yeah, awesome.
Just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
In the spring, we're
What to do now is they come up on second
limited
and
time
long.
character exhibit. Also, backed by popular demand, we'll host our
Man down
annual
the
Memorial Day
field, it's
weekend
Olave.
celebration that includes a
And
visit
move
from
this
our
ball
Hall of
way
Fame
down
class.
into the red
And
zone.
tickets are on sale
Inside the
now for the
20-yard
Concert for
line.
Legends, featuring Diamond certified rock
The red
band
zone now.
Nickelback.
He'll drop to throw.
Plan your visit to the
Laying
Pro
out,
Football
and
Hall
he
of Fame
beat the
today.
catch. What a play. Saints going to use their second timeout, and they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock.
That's the sound of your life.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. They've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the...
What?
But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out.
Oh my,
Your life sounds pretty great.
Why this team finds
Don't
themselves...
let a buzz ruin it.
The referee looks like
Buzz
he has
driving
gotten
is
word
drunk driving.
from replay. They're going to stop
Don't
the game
drive buzzed.
inside the last 2 minutes. All
Welcome back to Green Bay. The Chargers have less than 4 minutes.
So the
I mean,
official
I've
upstairs
lost.
and the replay center in
It
New York
doesn't matter.
get the second look. And indeed, this call will be overturned.
Wisconsin, right? I mean, 125,000 people in a parking lot.
Could you hear Vince Lombardi right now? What in the hell is going on out there?
Or a seal here, and a seal there. And what the hell is going on with that guy on the right? I don't know what's happening there.
Looking to double up here. Scored a touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
The inner circle in Green Bay up there hosting LA Fire Department first responders, and thank goodness for them.
22 yards.
Heroic work to save lives.
Oh my gosh, it's 3rd and 12.
Communities. So here we go. Here's the Chargers. With
It doesn't matter. It's
a lot of
Why'd they make me play that?
It's a win for the Bucks. They are moving on in these
Whatever.
have top 20 grades on them.
Alright, we might just watch the rest of this. Getting kind of sick and tired of Madden.
Yeah, I had him taking Travion Henderson in the mock draft, even though they brought in Najee Harris. Thought it'd be a nice compliment, kind of a thunder lightning thing there for the Chargers.
I mean, I've seen it. I've said, oh my goodness, I can speak. I'd say I've pretty much
the other one I'm
this
staring
team.
at,
I don't know
you
how
think
much
that
else I can
Jesse
do,
Minter
but
and company are familiar with Will
Yeah.
Johnson?
I
who
was
was kind of slid down, and it's proof
We'll
of
exit
concept. They've seen him
out of
in their
Madden
defense.
here to
If
just
there's
watch the
one
rest of
team
this.
that would get over an injury concern because they've been with him and they've seen him and he's been productive for them, it would be Jesse Minter and Jim Harbaugh with Will Johnson. They recruited him, they played him, they saw his best football a couple of years ago. That'd be interesting.
Ian Rappaport with some knowledge as to why they're taking it down to the
I
end
hate
here.
whenever I plug my controller in and change my audio.
They are receiving incoming calls about teams potentially trying to trade with them. We'll see what that ends up being. I want to address the Will Johnson thing. You guys mentioned there were injury concerns throughout this process. From what I understand,
I'm
he
gonna
had a knee
be right back. I gotta
situation
go to the bathroom.
that got red flags, concerns about his longevity. That is why he has fallen. Not as much the speed thing, more the concerns about his knee.
Well, coming off of the national championship season, folks were talking about a top 5 pick for Will Johnson.
Well, if he was healthy, he would have been. Right. Would you agree with that?
been up there.
Well, I mean, to me, the speed was going to be the question. And so with scheme-wise, you know, the man-heavy teams, okay, maybe he's not a fit for us. The Chargers, when it came to man percentage last year, is only they were like 30th in terms of playing man coverage. So they're going to play off. He's played in that. He can see everything, drive and make plays on the football, which he's incredible at.
Well, you call their games on the radio.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was in that stadium in Houston when they lost to the Texans, and McConkey went off, but I just felt like they needed some more speed weapons for Justin Herbert. They've got to give him more options, guys who can win when you're going to see a defense like the Texans who can kind of lock you up. They need more than Lad McConkey. So that speed can come in the way of a tight end. That speed can come in the way of a back out of the backfield, or that speed can come on the outside of receiver.
Remember, they lost Josh Palmer, big target. They brought back Mike Williams, but you don't know exactly what juice you have left in him. So the speed makes sense that DJ is talking about right there. But it's not just, and Joel's mentioned it, you know, they know Will Johnson, they know people, but it's not just Michigan guys. It's all the people that they've coached on the staff, guys who know players. They don't mind bringing in those guys.
Well, the Chargers have taken this down to the final seconds, and that didn't look like a phone call, a celebratory phone call with whoever they've just selected. So, I don't know. The Chargers are still on the clock for some reason. No, the Green Bay now is, so we're going to, and that's why the fans just reacted to that. I mean, Matthew Golden is still in that.
I mean, he's the fastest wide receiver. Right? I mean, that 40 was incredible.
My three top offensive players, skill guys, you've got Omarion Hampton, the running back. You've got Matthew Golden, the wide receiver. And then you look at the tight end is Mason Taylor from LSU.
So he could go Jason Taylor's son. He can go also defensively if he does want to go dip back into Michigan in Will Johnson. And there's Hampton as well. Jahad Campbell, both on your draft board, still sitting up there.
Yeah, and he's an off-the-ball linebacker. Some believe he could rush off of the edge. They've got some stud young off-the-ball linebackers that they really, really like there. So that one, he's a great player. I love him. I just don't know for them exactly how he would fit their value at this point.
And similar to Will Johnson, there was a few flags thrown up about the injury situation. There's a knee situation with Campbell, some shoulder situations there. So I think that's why he's falling to this point. But this Chargers pick is, to me, it's fascinating because of all the areas they could go. We've seen this a couple of times. Colts, they had a pick of the litter. Falcons, pick of the litter where they needed players. And I feel like that's a similar situation with the Chargers right here.
And with all those needs and all those options, does it not come back to who do we like best on our board? Does it not come down to best player available with Joe Ortiz and Jim Harbaugh? That's what it feels like.
That's how Joe was trained in Baltimore.
No, that's what it feels like here. You got a lot of places to go. Who do we have top of our board? That's who they go get.
Here comes the commissioner with the pick, and after this, there's only 10 more picks tonight, meaning only 10 more draft picks with a 5th year of contractual control that goes along with it. Something to keep in mind with only one quarterback off the draft board prior to this pick.
With the 22nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Omarion Hampton, running back, North Carolina.
All right, so the Tar Heel is going to be putting on the powder blue.
Yeah, he was my top available offensive player left. And Omarion Hampton, look, he reminded me of Jonathan Taylor. You see this big back get out in the open field, and he can absolutely go. You see the size. He is a big, physical, punishing runner. A lot of times you have to sacrifice with that. You'll get somebody who's maybe a little bit tight, someone who lacks the home run speed. He's got some wiggle to go along with all that strength and power as you just watch him run through contact down after down. He was involved and productive in the pass game. They've got two backs now with him and Najee Harris that can catch the ball. He's just got a lot more top speed than Najee Harris does. But Jim Harbaugh is always going to want to pound the rock, guys, and now he's got a stable of backs, and they are big, punishing runners.
And Joel, you know him very, very well. You know Harbaugh and what he likes to do. That line has been built up all last year. Mekhi Becton in free agency this year. Now you have this runner.
It is the blueprint he used at San Diego and San Francisco and Stanford and Michigan. It's going to be the same blueprint, guys. You know, and blueprint works. This is a back that is versatile. He's a workhorse player. He had 25 touches in 8 different games last year. He's a really dynamic player.
The 1940 draft was held in December of 1939.
Who's the number 1 pick?
In Milwaukee.
Do you know who the #1 pick was?
Who is that?
One George Bad News Cafago, University of Tennessee, selected by the Chicago Cardinals. And by the way, George Kafka was on the staff at Tennessee when I played there.
The reason why I mentioned all this was not for you to cape for Tennessee, although I'm always...
You know, we got to get them in when we can.
Understood. It's because it was the last time there was a draft in the state of Wisconsin. We have reached the moment where the first ever Green Bay Packer pick to be made in Green Bay has arrived. That moment is finally here. And what do you think is happening somewhere technically within earshot of us right now?
I had them going corner when you fill out the mock draft. I had them going with Hairston from Kentucky. But oh, how ironic it would be with Matthew Golden, who's my top receiver that's left on the board after all these years.
The Packers take a first-round
where they refused to do it. What? Maybe they just didn't want to play a road game. Maybe they wanted to bring the draft to them and make it a little bit bigger moment.
Who was it? Who was it from Florida State that
Javon
they took?
Walker.
Javon Walker. There you go. 2002.
Yeah, who Brett Favre famously basically told him to stop holding out. Remember that? That was a big moment when Javon Walker did hold out. And that was the last time they took a wide receiver in the first round. They have taken pass catchers in the first round. But here in the home of the Green Bay Packers, we're less than 5 minutes away from this awesome draft moment. And the German Packer is here. I know you were asking, will the German Packer be here?
And by the way, we have heard Country Roads already.
What a scene. My goodness gracious.
By the way, I was asked before this draft, how many people are going to show up to this thing? The answer, all of them.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of cheese curds in that crowd.
Remember Green Bay has a population of 107,000 people.
Well, they each brought a buddy.
Everyone
brought a friend, and they're all here.
You show and bring one with you.
Listen to this.
If they go wide receiver, this place is going to explode.
Where's the base? Go, Pat, go.
Walking in here, everyone, all of it. They better not trade. We want a wide receiver. I mean, you just hear it out there. If they go wide receiver here, this place will explode.
Could you imagine that they do finally, for the first time in 20 years, choose a wide receiver for, and then Matthew Golden.
All right, I'm back.
He'd have his moment, right?
Right there. Kind of like last year was a Terrion Arnold.
Yeah, the Terrion Arnold moment with Detroit going nuts.
Who are they going to take? Will they take Matthew Golden?
Here on all this. And just one more reminder again. There are 10 more first-round picks, which means there are 10 more picks that have
hasn't been
your
taken,
contractual control associated with it. And that's important to know because that's usually why a team trades back into the first round to get that 5th year of contractual control.
Or,
do it for a quarterback.
I meant,
The night began a few hours ago with Cam Ward being named the first overall pick in the draft, and we have not heard a
second round.
Since then. The Giants went. They chose Abdul Carter instead of a quarterback. Another quarterback-needy team. The Saints went Kelvin Banks Jr. instead of a quarterback. It's the Texas tackle. And then moments ago, the Steelers went defensive tackle Derek Harmon out of Oregon instead of a quarterback as well.
You know, these teams with young quarterbacks in the league that they believe in, they're supporting them in this draft. That's a theme of this draft so far. You know, you've got Jacksonville gets Travis Hunter, a weapon out on the outside. You've got Drake May. What do the Patriots do? Let's protect him. You go Will Campbell. This is an opportunity to tell Jordan Love, hey, we think you can go beat Minnesota. We think you can go beat Detroit. You know, and again, I love the idea of them going offense right now. They've tied for the 3rd most drops in the National Football League. I know it's not what they've done historically. I understand that. Maybe I'm just biased for the moment right here with these, multiple 100,000 people behind me. But Jordan Love in this division is going to need to score points.
Taking their sweet time here.
We did see the celebration. We did see the celebration.
I'll probably
in the draft room, but they have
end the
not
stream
put
around
the words
10.
The pick is in up yet. And we imagine when that happens, there will be
We'll see how much
massive
more of this we
ovation,
can
but the
do,
pick
but
is in fact been made. And Mark Murphy,
I gotta wake up early for a workout in the morning, so.
of the Packers, that's his big fat head.
Or,
and I'm saying that, you know, not in
end the stream in my 10, so in 18 minutes.
Essentially here in many reasons because of his arm twisting and lobbying, and so he will be out on the stage for this moment. And the Vikings are now on the clock. And as you can see, the fans have just learned the pick is in fact in.
Here we go.
So here we go.
Cheesehead fans all over.
How cool is this? I'm just looking right behind us here.
Look at that choose. Gotta choose a good player for hosting, right?
So he can see over this crowd to find out who the Packers are going to take. I mean,
yeah, and I see a little girl.
It's really cool, man.
With their Packers gear on and so many jerseys of the Packers. Not a single soul is looking this way right now.
If Matthew Golden's the pick, all those kids will be racing for their bikes right now to be first in line for the summer.
I'll tell you what, I got a lot of respect for the young lady with the Brian Branch jersey standing up in the midst of this crowd. I got to give her some credit there. That's courage.
Hey, rep your team, man.
Yeah.
The Lions
steadfast in her belief.
And the Lions will be on the clock shortly. The Vikings are a minute in, and
what a career for Mark Murphy, huh?
The party's about to break out, guys, because it's time to throw things to the draft stage for the first draft in Green Bay and the first round pick of the Packers to be announced. Let's send things to the stage.
Got a jiggy going on right now. Fanfare march.
Okay, Green Bay, it's your time. To make this historic pick, please give it up for first team All-Pro, Pro Bowler, two-time Super Bowl champion, and Packers President and CEO, Mark Murphy.
Thank you, Roger. How about this atmosphere? Isn't it unbelievable? Roger, thank you and the NFL for bringing the draft here to Green Bay for the best draft in the history of the NFL. Right here. On behalf of the Packers, Packer fans here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and everywhere, because our fans are everywhere, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the NFL Draft at Lambeau Field. It is our honor and privilege to host this wonderful event in our community, particularly since we are the only community-owned team in the NFL. Just out of curiosity, how many of you are owners? Yes. We also have the best owners in the NFL. And we also want to celebrate the special connection we have with our fans.
Get on with
it,
dude.
The early days of professional football.
Come on.
With the 23rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers, for the first time since 2002, draft a wide receiver.
Listen to this crowd.
Oh, baby. Matthew Golden, wide receiver of Texas.
And he's here. And he's here.
I'll tell you what, timing is everything. You wait till the draft is in Green Bay. You go get a man for the green and gold named Golden. You can't script this any better. Everybody in this entire crowd wanted a wide receiver, Rich, and they came through for him.
Listen to this crowd.
Wow.
Talk about giving the people what they want. Let's bring a draft to Green Bay. Let's hold it in the parking lot. Let's have 125,000 people. Let's chant Go Pack Go and have the first wide receiver taken with a first-round pick since 2002. And let's have the kid be here in Green Bay.
Wow, gotta stay nonchalant.
Golden is last name. That is what we call checking every box.
DJ, I think you were the one coming up with it, writing it to me. This is now Matthew Green and Golden.
It's unbelievable. And by the way, this is also the greatest example of peer pressure that I've ever seen in my entire life. This will be in textbooks.
Remember, the fans own the team. Okay, the fans own the team.
And there is the Green Bay Packer wide receiver, Matthew Golden.
Look at the jacket. He's even color-coded for the pick.
He was telling me the story the other day, guys, about how he and his family were on hard times. That he and his mom on hard times, thinking about those moments, growing up, getting through it. Now here he is, a first-round draft choice and a member of the Green Bay Packers, announced and introduced here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah, and this is someone who ran 4.29, but not just a speed receiver. You see a lot of snap in his routes. Watch him when he gets to the top, the separation, the big-time juice and burst he shows out of the break point. How about the ball skills? Look at this catch. Go out and get that with one hand. That'll be well received with this crowd here. The ball skills, again, underthrown ball, able to get back to it. The adjustment ability, again, not just a speed receiver. This guy's got natural route power.
Take a second.
Let me get a Green Bay on 3. 1, 2, 3.
He doesn't know the Go Pack Go yet. he went 1, 2, 3 Green Bay.
He hasn't gotten the handbook yet.
We'll do it differently come preseason.
Sorry, DJ, you're in the middle of all that.
The kid on the bicycle will teach him when first day of camp. He'll be all right.
I just love this kid. And to me, when you look at coming from University of Houston, he gets to Texas. There's other guys you thought that offense would funnel through. But CD, when their season was on the line against Arizona State and it's 4th down, everything matters.
4th and 13.
Where does Quinn Ewers go with the rock to save their season? This guy.
And I want to get back very quickly. Joel brought this up. In this division, you've got to score points to keep up. Minnesota's going to score points. Detroit's going to score points. Chicago looks like they're on their way to scoring points. You want to keep up. And how many drops last year, Joel? So Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed. You're getting a new guy in town. They got to pump this up. Jordan Love's going to be real happy with this.
Jamie Erdahl, take it away with the man of the hour.
Matthew, this crowd just welcomed you with a cheer and a hug. You got the G on your chest. Was this destiny for you tonight? Matthew Golden wearing the green and gold?
Yeah, it was all a part of the plan, man. God made me wait this long, and it was for a reason, man. I can't thank him enough.
You get to make a lot of decisions now about your life, but one of which it sounds like you want to do something really special for your family. What is that now that you get to play in the NFL?
Man, I want to get back to my grandma. You know, we lost our property a couple years ago, and, you know, I just want to get back to my family, man. And, you know, they did so much for me, and they put me in this position, so all I can do is get back to them.
They love you for that, and you got a whole lot of new family here tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So I had Brian Gutekunst on my show yesterday. The guest after him was Matthew Golden. And then when Gutekunst got up out of the chair and Golden walked over to it, they hugged each other like they had met each other before.
There a moment?
It wasn't their first time meeting. Had no idea at the time that would be 24 hours later the first wide receiver taken by a Green Bay Packer. By the way, in Matthew Golden's lifetime, because he was born the year after Javon Walker was taken first.
That's awesome.
Round by the Packers.
The Rich Eisen show bringing people together.
I don't know. I'm just telling you. It was just it was a neat moment right there.
It's a great moment.
And then now here's a buzzkill for Green Bay because it's a Vikings pick.
We're the 24th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Minnesota Vikings select Donovan Jackson, guard, Ohio State.
All right, so Donovan Jackson is going to Minnesota. Daniel?
Yeah, Minnesota continues to invest in this offensive line. He started out at left guard initially for Ohio State, but due to injury to Josh Simmons, he had to kick out and play left tackle, where he more than held his own. But his future is going to be inside at guard. That's where he plays best. That's where he's most impactful because of his ability. Run game, he can maul.
Yeah, there's a lot of O-line. I mean, that's what people need, though.
Temperament and motor. I love that about him. He's athletic enough on the backside.
And
you can see here
actually, I don't even think it's that like amazing of an O-line draft. Like, there's just a lot of them.
Protect somebody who beat him twice. J.J. McCarthy. Look who's on the clock, guys.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are gonna get nothing.
Here we go. Oh, it'll be on when we come back.
Check out the new whip. Tight, tight, fully custom. How many Bud Lights can you fit in that puppy? As many Bud Lights as it takes.
Wait.
A lot of Bud Lights. You have to give me one of those.
Giants.
Thank you so much.
That's why we do it, Marcy.
Picked.
It really makes all the effort worth it.
Wait, I didn't.
In-depth
No,
info,
Giants traded.
A clean new homes.com that improves home shopping, creating a better way for people
to find the perfect home to build their lives.
Are you okay?
No, it's a dust-based allergy. Oh, there's another one.
That's why we do it, isn't it?
Oh, this just happened.
Got a lot of dust in your.
So dusty.
Yeah.
Ding dong. Homes.com.
Yeah, this just happened.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right
Looks like they got their eye on somebody.
With a tough call, you can't go wrong.
This is a big call, Christian. Big call, biggest call of your life. Wood or tile finish? Which one you gonna do?
It's a little weird that they're taking 7 minutes to.
Call a timeout.
It's weird that they're taking 7 minutes to
Sure.
make a call when they traded up. That's really interesting. Yeah, better not be O-line. Yeah, I've seen enough of that.
2025 NFL schedule will be released soon.
I mean,
it is adrenaline.
linebacker possibly.
One of many revenge games.
Well, who's that one guy? Javon Walker. Might be taking them.
A Super Bowl rematch for the ages. Welcome back.
Get loud, shake it from your waist down.
Show me what you got.
I enrolled in UMGC because I became very passionate about emergency management. The professors were great because they've had several years experience in the field. They've seen emergency management hands-on. I'm able to learn from their experience and really make a difference. I picked University of Maryland Global Campus because you get so much more out of it than just a diploma.
They do still need a
Learn
QB.
about our more than 135 online degrees and certificates at
You're right. Did they
UMGC.edu.
trade up for Shadur? That's interesting that they would do that. It's not like the Texans were going to take him.
I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around.
That could. Wow, I didn't even think about that. They could take Shadur.
For the better. They chose to love us.
They probably will do that.
They chose
Wow.
us.
I was hoping to see Shadur fall out of
Learn
the
about
first
adopting
round.
a
I
teen
don't
from
like
foster
Shadur.
care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
But yeah, that's probably what's going to happen.
Last 10 minutes, we've witnessed Green Bay introducing their newest player to Green Bay, and it's the first wide receiver taken with a first-round pick in 23 years, and that's what Green Bay's been asking for the last 23 years. And then the Giants trade 2 picks tomorrow night. They still have a third-round draft choice. That's the compensatory pick they sent to Houston for tomorrow night, and a third-round pick next year to trade up.
They could, yeah. Matthew Stafford. I think Stafford's probably still got 2 more years in him. And the talent in the quarterbacks this year, they definitely... I would see the Rams taking a quarterback later on. The talent in this year's quarterback class is just not great. I wouldn't see him taking a quarterback. Like I said, Stafford probably still has 2 or 3 more years.
I just thought a little more physical of a quarterback when you think about the division and where they play. I think that looks to me more like a Jackson Dart fit with the New York Giants. I thought they might be a little more aggressive and be worried about Pittsburgh. It's a poker game, right? They called the bluff, and Pittsburgh did not take a quarterback, and now they were patient. That was not a steep price they had to pay to potentially go up and land a quarterback after already getting a premier player in Abdul Carter on board.
And by the way, at 25, that's only 22 slots away from 3. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. I think they are going to take Shedeur.
If you think about it, the Giants have got to come away with a quarterback, right? Like at this point in time. They damn the torpedoes for it right now, and I know it's not that expensive when you think about it.
So, wow, they're going to get Abdul Carter and Shedeur Sanders. This is going to be a great pick for them, or a great class for them.
That's what we call a big W for the Big Blue, right?
You would think.
Certainly, again, if there's anybody supposedly on a hot seats there, send them a third-round pick next year. Go for it. And they still have a third-round pick.
No, it's only been one. And I mean, maybe Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart. I could see them maybe being all right in the future, but the fall off in this draft for quarterbacks, it's so bad.
Shedeur is much more pro-ready than Jackson Dart. However, the Giants don't need ready. You know, they probably are looking at upside over near-term playability right here.
Shedeur or linebacker, I'm thinking. Oh, Atlanta traded Los Angeles Rams.
The Texans have traded the 25th pick to the New York Giants. With the 25th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Jackson Dart.
No way! No way! Oh, that's hilarious! No way! Before Shedeur Sanders. Oh, that's awesome. Yes. Oh, that's hilarious.
Going to Broadway to be the Giants quarterback at some point.
Yeah, this young quarterback, Ole Miss, is going to have fun throwing to Malik Neighbors
Have
at
a Russell Wilson mentor.
LSU, the SEC rival is going to get along quite well there as they grow up together. This is someone who got better every year. You see the comparison there with Jalen Hurts, and that's what that's about. You're buying into someone
Who's Atlanta going for?
Improve.
That's a good question. Honestly, I said linebacker for Giants. Atlanta might be going for a linebacker, honestly. But it's interesting because I wouldn't see the Rams. I wouldn't think that the Rams would take a linebacker. They have alright linebackers. I mean, Jared Verse just won Defensive Rookie of the Year last year. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe not a linebacker. Maybe a corner. Because they have that one guy I can't think of. But other than that, I don't really got anything. I don't know. Good question. Jackson Dart. Wow, that's funny. Poor Shedeur Sanders.
Eli Manning came out of Ole Miss. Now we got another quarterback out of there. But guess what, folks? It all started with Charlie Connerly out of Ole Miss. And guess who won the Connerly Award last year as the top player in the state of Mississippi? Jackson Dart. This kid is schooled in it, understands it. He's got to deal with it going to New York. I think he's in a great situation where he doesn't have to start right away, as you said, Joel.
Yeah, Kurt, I know that you like Jackson Dart. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on his game.
Well, I tell you what, guys, I think this is so much about style. Now, he's not Josh Allen, but we think about what Brian Daboll.
Alright, I might see this next pick, and I might hop off because I have to wake up early for a workout. Jackson's gonna be funny based off the past picks. Huh? I don't get it.
I know we were wondering if he would be the guy, but I just think style-wise, what Brian Daboll wants to do, it more fits Jackson Dart. DJ made the comparison to Jalen Hurts, and I believe that's kind of guy he is, and he can do both the movement, the RPOs, and can make those second-level throws really, really well.
So Jackson Dart is going to be going to a quarterback room with Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston and Tommy Cutlets, and then we will see how it plays out as Shedeur Sanders is still waiting to hear his name. We assuming Atlanta's definitely not traded back into the first round to select him. So let's just place that aside for the moment and let you know the details of this trade. Atlanta coughs up a second tomorrow night, a seventh on Saturday, and a first rounder next year. And get
that's a
third
lot.
from the Rams. The Rams now get a second round pick back. They didn't have one this year because they flipped it to Carolina last year to take Braden Fisk.
Oh, they already picked a linebacker. That's right. So they don't need to grab another one.
In Los Angeles, they're not going to pick until kind of the middle of the.
Oh wait, Jalen Walker's already picked?
They have 2 3s, a 4, 4 6s, and a 7, and a first rounder next year.
Who are the Falcons going for? This is a big question. Here we go. Last pick of the night that I will show because I gotta go to bed.
The Los Angeles Rams have traded the 26th pick to the Atlanta Falcons. With the 26th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select James Pierce Jr.
Oh.
Defensive end, Tennessee.
Really? The team that needed pass rush has now absolutely checked the boxes this evening.
We begged them for years. Just take a pass rusher in the first round. They never did it. Now
Yeah, that'll be good.
How about that? A big-time explosive athlete. Leonard Floyd is the body type. You see the height. You see how kind of that lean, narrow frame. But he ran in the 4.4s, and it shows up. You see him get off the rock. He's got a variety of moves. He's not just going to win with that speed. He can win on the high side as well as underneath the tackle here with a little up and under. Wanted to see a little more consistency with this. The pocket collapsing power. That's going to be an area you want to see him continue to develop. He can set the edge. You see it here as a pass rusher, can also do it in the
Alrighty, well, I'll probably continue watching the draft in my bed, but I can't continue streaming tonight. But thank you for at least a couple of viewers that continue to watch Master Blake. Alright, yeah, I will see you guys later. See you later, stream.